Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with, now they looking nervously. And I don't really care what you think of me, respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet
Cause
next
I don't
to
give
me.
a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it, get up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do, so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move, so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over facts over
Are you ready for some fun? Hey, what's up? How you doing tonight? Did you have a long day at work? I know I sure did. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's up, Chris? Tinkerbell's mom. Sheepdog Neon. What's up, Pookie Nose? Jeffy. All the members. We almost have 1,000 members. We have 900. Wait, I'll tell you right now. We have a lot of members. Okay, I'm going to look it up in a second. But we have a lot of members. So, welcome to the show. If you didn't know, and you thought I was just going to be restreaming some random street corner for the rest of my life, that's not going to happen. I'm a show. If you don't have it in you to be a show, you can't complain because I do have it in me. Oh, wait. What? You resubbed for 2 months. Hey, Master J, what's up? Thank you for the resub over on Twitch. We are live right now, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube, Rumble. Hello, Rumble. And Twitch. I'm going to be paying a lot more attention to Rumble. I have recently made a short today, my first short in my new place. I hope you'll enjoy it quite a lot. It's not really a funny short. It's more of a serious one, but I'm going to be making some funny, serious shorts, but all related to politics and the country and things like that, right? I'm going to try to do 1, maybe 2 every day, but my goal is to do 3 a day at some point. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Now, I know you noticed that I don't have the flag up. I got to be honest with you. The projector is loud, noisy. It like shines a light in my face and I kind of hate it. Don't worry. I bought a bunch of stuff. I'm going to do the whole background. But for now, I got a couple of lava lamps, my instruments, a candle, and of course, my co-host Ralph, who's holding my title belt. So, Doug DeHaven. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Holy cow. Doug, the rock star. You're a rock star, man. Hey, we have a members only Discord with hundreds of members in it. You will make all kinds of new friends. We all get on our cameras and hang out together and do a little chit chat all the time. Saturday afternoons when nobody's doing anything else, you can find 20 to 30 people in the Discord, all with their cameras on, just hanging out, chilling. So please join us, right? Sheepdog Neon, she knows. She's been a part of it before. So Greg too. What's up, Greg? Hey, it was Greg's idea that I start going to Rumble. So shout out to Greg, So let me do this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all age. No. 18 and plus, 18 and up in my chat. No kids. No kids allowed. The views and opinions expressed during this broadcast are mine and mine alone. The views and opinions expressed on any live stream are that individual's, not mine. This is a show. I am a character. I was a professional wrestler for 17 years and I've had over 1,700 matches. That's a lot of acting. That's a lot of athletic situations where you're getting dropped on your fucking head. That's a lot of stuff, right? And I can't go through life as just a regular, normal person. I gotta have some way to go, wow. And this is it, okay? So if that bothers you, I am not the guy for you. If you want to come here and just for the next 9 months stare at the corner of some random street in Portland with me, that's probably not going to be great. At some point, you got to watch something else. So if you didn't know that this is a show, but I live in Texas, so I don't have any snow, right? I know a lot of you are like 6 feet under snow right now, so you need something to watch. And I know a lot of people, they have work all day and they have a job where they don't get to just sit on the damn computer and watch stuff. So my nightly broadcast is going to be a recap of events. Right now, we're lucky to have President Trump, who is about to speak live. So we're going to be covering this. I got several videos queued up. At some point in the later evening, we'll start the after hours type show. We will all go over to Rumble. We will maybe either do an X space, or if Portland has any sort of content with our friend Shane or our friends over at BDF Blaze, we'll switch over to that, right? But I have several videos planned out and queued up. This is probably going to be a pretty long speech. So if you've been at work all day and you just want something to chill back, sit back and chill out and watch, this is going to be it. I'm going to try to stream at least 6 days a week. I would go for every day, but that's I'm going to need a day off, at least one day, to just do nothing. And, but I'm going to try really hard to make as many videos shorts as possible because they help the live stream. If you don't have Rumble and you watch me on your TV and you're like, well, that's it for me, I can't know. Yes, you can. Rumble now has an app for your TV. I can't stress this enough. Rumble is extraordinarily similar to YouTube. You go there, you sign up for free. You don't have to sign up at all. You can still watch it. You like the videos, you share it. You instead of subscribing, you'll follow me. Over on Rumble, when you subscribe, that's like a membership here. We have memberships. We have emojis. We even have a couple mods over there, right? So it's very similar. So don't be scared of it. Just go get Rumble on your TV and you'll be fine. Okay, if you need help, reach out to somebody with a green name. I'm sure everybody here is so friendly. 99% are friendly. And a few good aspects about Rumble, a few things. Number one, the video quality is better. It is. Number two, the sound quality is better. It is. Number three, I can literally stream everything uninterrupted. No more pausing for music. Muting for music. No more clicking off the stream because something crazy is about to happen. They're going to fight. No. I can say that the dreaded R word. They can say the apple and the banana thing, but the other way, where you actually say it. We can't say that on YouTube. Did you know that? I didn't know that. You can't say that on YouTube. So we have to think about our future. We have to think about the channel, right? So that's what we're going to do. But so at the after, it's a lot like Steven Crowder does, right? So at the after hour show, he shuts the YouTube stream and everybody goes over to Rumble. We did good last night. It was great. We had a couple hundred viewers on Rumble and it turned into over 1,200. It was great. That's a good start. Everything is Rumble is a freedom of speech platform. They're built along the lines of you being able to express yourself and blah. So Tommy and all that stuff with everything like that is perfect. Now, of course, if you don't know, first of all, like the stream, push it up the algorithm. We got 84 in here right now. That's not bad for the start. We haven't even really started yet. We're going to start in a few minutes. This is live here on my video. We're going to watch President Trump's speech. I have much more planned for you out like this. A lot of entertaining and informative videos. Maybe even a teaspoon video. I've been given the go-ahead from my buddy T-Splide to watch a video from his during my stream. So he actually really wants me to also, so that works out for me. I have a few other things planned for you, a few crazy things, a few fun things, and then later on we'll see what we do. We'll either we'll either go over to Rumble and maybe we'll end in an X space. I like the dramatic way I just left last night. That's good. And maybe we'll end in an X space with all of you. Maybe we'll end in Portland with a live stream. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see what happens. Who knows? But for now, like the stream, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. I'm pretty close to 41,000. That'd be cool. I'm pretty close to 1,000 members. I can't believe it. Hey, go to the community section, the visit community section of my channel. If your name is green, you're a member. We have a members only Discord. Go there, join the Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, or if you've never used it before and you're scared of new things, just ask somebody with a green name or a blue name, which is a mod, and they will help you. It's very, very simple. I did know, but I can't say that because YouTube won't allow me to. But I did know if it has an apple, it has a banana. I get it. You're right. You're very, very right. So, okay. So we're done with all the intros and stuff like that. Does anybody have any questions? We could do this right here, and this might take a minute. So let me see if we can maybe do something. Wait, what's another one that's quick that I was going to do? Oh, this might be okay to do. Hold on, let me pull this down here. How much is this? Oh, 5 minutes. So while we're waiting for this one, right, I got something for you while we're waiting. So you're not just sitting there and I don't have to say anything. And I have it on my other screen. So if President Trump comes out, don't worry, I'm not going to miss it. It's what we're watching right here is in front of me. And then President Trump is above me in my screen. I have a lot of screens going on. You know what I mean? I don't know what that means. I like the LGB is fine. It's the T and all the other stuff after that really fucks everything up. You know what I mean? So I have to be careful what I say before we get to after we get to Rumble. Though I'll answer that question for real. Just give me a minute. I don't mind. No, I absolutely have nothing against who you love is who you love. But when you want me to take my my children to like a drag show, that's where you lose it. You lose me. When you want me to teach my kids about that sort of stuff, that's where you lose it. You lose me. You do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I don't care. In fact, invite me to your wedding. It's probably going to be badass. You ever gone to a gay wedding? Fire. The food. Oh, I'll go just for the food. I don't even have to know you. I just go for the food. It's amazing. I do vaguely. I talk to a lot of different people. You have to understand that. But so the thing is I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I'm like more of a libertarian. Just leave me alone, and we good. But when you want to involve the children, whether it's mine or someone else's, that's where I can't do it. That's where you lose me. All right. Hey, let's watch this quick video. It's 5 minutes, and then as soon as Trump comes out, we will switch over to President Trump. Watch this. You're gonna like this. Watch this.
Operation Catahoula Crunch is underway in Louisiana, but not without some pushback as protesters demonstrate.
Wait, that's right. Operation Catahoula Crunch. A word that I've never said out loud before.
Against ISIS operations.
But DHS says they're already made dozens of arrests since launching operation last week.
Garrett Tenney joins us from New Orleans with the details. Garrett.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Both this operation and the protest against it really ramping up over the weekend. Border Patrol has been spending a lot of time in the city of Kenner, just outside of New Orleans. This area has the highest concentration of Hispanic residents in the state, and almost everywhere federal agents went over the weekend, crowds were following them, blowing whistles, honking horns, and yelling into megaphones to warn people that federal agents were in the area.
So, I will need Greg with the 5 gifted memberships. Bro, what a rock star, Greg. Greg is such a rock star. Hey, so here's the thing. I'm going to have to stop and start these videos here and there to give my own take, to put my own spin on it, to make that separation in the with the algorithm, right? To make it my own. So just bear with me. If you're like, oh, you stop it too much. Yeah, I need to. I have to. but I also want to, maybe I'll turn part of this into a video or something like that. So you see, this is happening in Louisiana. It's not just these major cities. It's happening in a lot of different places. It really is. And I think it's going to get worse and worse and worse. These people, it's just, and they're ramping it up too.
As Commander Greg Bavino and his team went door to door looking for specific targets. At one point, some of the demonstrators even followed Bavino and his agents into a gas station to confront them as they were buying drinks. Despite those protests, Kenner's police chief tells Fox he's thrilled to have the feds and to be getting this kind of help in cleaning up his town.
Look, I'm an elected police chief. I work for 70,000 people. I know my marching orders. I know what they expect of us. We're very pleased with the operation. We've heard some of the results from yesterday and things that they've done, and I know our community is already stronger because of it.
Kenner and most police departments in the state work with the feds when it comes to immigration enforcement, but that is not the case in New Orleans, where city leaders are under fire from activists for still not doing more to fight back against Operation Catahoula Crunch. Here's the city's mayor-elect.
There is this outside effort occurring to try to divide us, to try to separate us. And what I ask the people of New Orleans is that do not let this divide us. Let us come together instead.
This operation has the ambitious goal of 5,000 arrests. As you mentioned, so far, DHS says they've made dozens of arrests, including multiple criminal illegal aliens. Back to y'all.
Well, thanks so much, Garrett. So, you know, it helps to have a Republican governor, but
hey, what's up, Rumble?
Republican mayor, but she does seem reasonable.
I need to say Rumble a lot. Hello, Rumble.
The hounding of the ICE agents make it extremely tough to do the job.
Well, it's going to be happening more because you probably saw the video yesterday of Zoran Mamdani, who's going to be the next mayor, who is not a Republican. He's a socialist here in New York. And he released this video on X offering advice to illegal immigrants on how to evade ICE. Listen.
You can all stand up to ICE if you know your rights. ICE is legally allowed to lie, but you have the right to remain silent.
You know how to avoid ICE? Don't be in my fucking country illegally. That's how you avoid ICE. You're welcome.
If you're being detained, you may always ask, am I free to go? Repeatedly until they answer you. You are legally allowed to film ICE as long as you do not interfere with an arrest. New Yorkers have a constitutional right to protest. And when I'm mayor, we will protect that right.
Double and triple down on sanctuary cities.
Yeah, I guess my problem is not him offering advice to citizens. It's that you're not keeping your promise when you said that you want the criminals to leave. And
hey, like the stream.
The message from Democrats, they
subscribe if you're not subscribed. Most of you are, I think.
Cooperation with getting rid of the criminals out of the country. Okay, the other people that you feel like should have a pathway, maybe you can discuss that with the White House. But at the very least, there has to be a plan to say, okay, this person is raping people. They got to go. This person is a murderer. This person is wanted. This person has a DUI. We're going to turn those people over. I haven't heard any Democrat say, Mr. President, we're going to help you turn those people over.
Don't worry, I'm watching for Trump. Don't worry, I'm not going to miss it. We're not going to miss it.
Enter your private spaces like your home, your school, or your private area like your workplace without a warrant signed by a judge. He said, if you're being detained, you can ask, am I free to go? You heard him say that. ICE can legally lie to you, he says. He said, you have the right to keep your door closed. Stand up and know your rights.
Right. For Mamdani to do this is totally in your face to people that were worried that he was going to be working with Trump. I think that was to his community. But here's the nuance.
Master J, what's up?
The nuance is there's an election in Miami right now. Right. And for the first time in decades, it looks like a Democrat could win. And that is a very Hispanic community. And the whole redistricting in Texas was if the president continues to make gains with the Hispanic community. Some of them are misreading the aggressive tactics of ICE and taking it on the whole Hispanic community, and they feel as though they've been too broadly targeted. And that's why the president's numbers are coming down with Hispanics. That's why Tom Homan's got to get together with Kristi Noem and find out whose policy is going to work. Because they have an election, a midterm election. Things aren't going to go good for anybody.
I hope they do, Colleen.
On the Republican side.
I'm tired of this
if
shit.
They lose the Hispanic vote. Or,
they need to do something.
Nullify, negate some of the gains that they've worked so hard to make. So they got to figure out a policy that goes for the criminals.
Hey, so honestly, I know Colleen, I get it. I know. But some people only respond to equal aggression. Some people, you can't be nice and keep trying to talk to somebody while they're punching you in the face. How many times, Colleen, how many times can somebody punch you in the face before you do something about it, right? One time, right? So some people just, that's all they're going to respond to. You gotta take out the trash sometimes. You know what I mean? Just, they have no consequences. Barely one. See, barely one. They have no consequences. These kids out there like Chandler and all those other kids, I call them kids because, I mean, I'm close to 50. I'm 47. So these, like, I'm old enough to be like Chandler's dad. Think about that. Like, I'm the age. I mean, I'm 10 years older than Tommy. You know? So these young people, like Mate's face, she's a child to me. She's, you know what I'm saying? So they're very confused. Very, very, very confused. But some of them, they just don't respond to anything. They're very, very aggressive. And there's just nothing you can do. Like, what's the alternative? What's the nice way to get those people out of that situation? You know, they've been trying. I didn't say kill nobody. I didn't say that. But you got to remove them from the street.
There are people that are abusing their visa and leaves the people that...
Sorry, I have to break up the video a little bit.
I'm Steve Doocy.
Oh, it was
I'm
over.
Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
I didn't know it was
Click here
over.
to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube.
Okay, there goes that one. All right, see, we're still here. We're live. Are they playing music? Yep, can't do the music. Okay, let me read some chat real quick while we're waiting. They haven't lived enough to make an informed decision or opinion. That is exactly what I was trying to say. That, yes, just Grammy. Yes, exactly. They have no life experiences, but they think, like, I've been through a lot in my life. Haven't you? Haven't you been through a lot? I've been through a lot of shit. I mean, I just moved. Okay, so what were you saying? Okay, they haven't lived. Okay, no. Once you have been here for 66 years, like I have, learned a lot and see. Yeah, my mom is in her 70s and my dad is in his 80s, so I get it. I get that all the time. I get all kind. I mean, they have no idea what life was. They're so lucky. They have like everything in the palm of their hand now, all the technology and all that stuff. You know what I had in high school? I had a pager. I had a beeper. Yeah. Anybody remember their beeper code? So your friends knew it was you calling? That's like a 1990s thing. Okay, maybe we can watch something else. Hold on. Maybe I can get something else here. Hold on. What's one of the quick ones? Is this a quick one? Oh, this is probably a quick one. Okay, this is like 10 minutes. We could probably watch this. I still got Trump up. We're waiting. I don't want to bore you. Beepers. Yeah, but I had a red, white, and blue one and a gold chain connecting it for some reason. I don't know why the gold chain. I don't know why. That don't even match. Red, white, blue, and gold? That's weird. What the hell's wrong with me? So did you guys see my short? Oh, let me share my Rumble so I make sure everybody's on the Rumble. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pin my Rumble account, but when it gets closer and we're gonna go over to Rumble, I'm gonna pin the actual link to the stream. You know what I mean? So, yep. Okay, so we're gonna pin the Rumble. Let me make sure I don't pin something else. There we go. They wouldn't let me add the TV. So it's just climatics. Look at these people waving. They're so happy to be on camera. Okay. Let's see here. So this one goes to, wait, Trump just dismantled. Okay. Trump. Wait. Okay. Here's the liberal hive mind. If you are not subscribed to the liberal hive mind, you should be. He is a badass content creator. I was privileged to be a part of one of the, not a part of, but I actually just caught one of the only times he's ever gone live. That was badass. It was like a 2-hour live, and it was crazy. He's such a cool guy. I don't know him, but I'm gonna watch one of his videos here. I like to include him in my as much as possible. And this is a good one. This is a really good one. So we'll watch this until Trump. We're just giving Trump a chance. I have Trump up here, so I'm not gonna miss it. It's full screen right here. I'm looking at it. He's not out yet. It is live. I'm monitoring it. Hey, like the stream, share it. Can you share it? I'm not a restreamer. I'm just a streamer. I'm a content creator. I make videos. I am going to look at the street in Portland. I'm not done with Tommy. I'm not done with Portland. I'm not done with all these guys and, whatever. I'm not done with all that shit. We're not done. Tommy's on vacation. He's out of town for like 4 or 5 days with his wife. What am I supposed to do? Just not stream? Not give you some entertainment because the one guy is out? I'm not the Tommy show. I'm Climatic show. This is my show. So welcome. You're on the ground floor of what's going to be a regular thing. I have got to try to make this really, really good. Oh, wait. Wait, are we ready for Trump? We might be ready for Trump. Hold on. We might be. Let's just still watch this, and then maybe we'll get into Trump right now. We'll see. I think he's coming out. Oh, can you not hear me? Can you hear me? I know there's no sound on the video right now because I'm just I want to push play on this, but at the same time, I got a little problem here. Look. See, they're like pointing it at the door. So I just want to see. Nope. I'm listening for his theme. Trump. You ever had a president with his own theme song? We got one. he got an entrance. He got entrance music and exit music, and it's different music. He got the Lee Greenwood for coming in and the YMCA for going out. Who else has exit music? Who has exit music? Yeah, but for now, though, while we're waiting, because he's going to come out and dance around to the music that I can't play. So we'll have several minutes to stop the other video here. But so let's start this one. And let's just watch as much of this as possible because it's Trump.
Hey guys,
it
welcome
still could
to
be
the
another
Liberal
5
Hive on a
minutes.
channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left.
Hi,
And
Tom.
of course, here's your meme of the day brought to you by 5mind.com. You know, it's crazy because for the last decade, they've been telling us that Donald Trump is a madman. He's crazy, a danger to democracy, a psycho, a political Tasmanian devil that's going to destroy everything and anything that he touches. But for somebody who's supposedly so innately destructive, I find myself often asking the question, why is it that he seems to be the only person in the political space actually fixing things? Why is it that this supposed man who is so destructive has such a track record of doing the exact opposite, repairing things? And he also, time and time again, seems to be tackling issue after issue, offering very clever solutions, getting...
Somebody's complaining on Rumble about YouTube ads. Yeah, I have it on the lowest ad thing. Like YouTube controls all that. I have no say so. My advice, if you've watched stuff on YouTube or on Rumble all the time, and that's like your go-to for everything, I would strongly suggest getting the premium. It's just good. I don't have no ads at all. Just get the premium. They also have like movies and TV shows, all kinds of crap that you can watch. It's so good not to have ads. It's worth it. It's like $12 or some shit. It's so worth it. I'm not trying to sell it to you because I don't get nothing if you sign up for that. I don't have no sort of link or nothing, but just get the premium. If you watch it all the time, you might as well. It'll save you so much heartache. It really will. It's worth it. It really is worth it. It is worth it.
Straight to the crux of the issues and bringing in some real policy reform. I just don't see the whole destructive narrative. And once again, I think the president is shining on the auto issue, doing what he does best, applying some very, very nice soft touch policies that really tackle the nuance of these trade issues. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on and what the media seems to be purposely ignoring as they're focused on whatever the tabloid nonsense of the week is. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so take a look at this announcement from the White House.
Well, we're talking about cafe standards, a very big deal, very important today. My administration has taken historic action to lower costs for American consumers, protect American auto jobs, and make buying a car much more affordable for countless American families and also safer. We're officially terminating Joe Biden's ridiculously burdensome, horrible actually, cafe standards that imposed expensive restrictions and all sorts of problems, gave all sorts of problems to automakers. And we're not only talking about here, we're talking about outside of our country, because nobody could do it. Nobody wanted to do it, and it was ridiculous, very expensive. It put tremendous upward pressure on car prices, combined with the insane electric vehicle mandate. Biden's burdensome regulations helped cause the price of cars to soar more than 25%. And in one case, they went up 18% in 1 year. Today, we're taking one more step to kill the Green New scam as part of the greatest scam, probably, well, other than Russia, and a few others I could name. The greatest scam in American history, the Green New scam. And it's a quest to end the gasoline-powered car. This is what they wanted to do, even though we have more gasoline than any other country by far. And people want the gasoline car. They want everything. They want electric. They want to have lots of alternatives, but they do want the gasoline car. Right now, it's leading away by a lot. The car business is a very interesting business, but we want to keep it that way.
For the last however many months, the Democrats haven't shut up about affordability. And they keep pointing at the auto sector, pointing at the cars, saying, oh, look how expensive cars are, and then of course attempting to make a link to President Trump's tariffs. But by pretty much start of the year, cars were already at record high costs.
For the first time, the average cost of a new car in the US has topped $50,000. That is in part down to tariffs.
What? The average price of a car is $50K? Are you serious?
Tariffs, with experts warning of an even bigger hit on prices next year.
The average cost of a new car is $50,000. And guess what? All of that happened under Joe Biden. It wasn't just the monetary mismanagement that led to ridiculous overspending levels for 5 years for constraint, while the economy was shut down and supply chains were in complete dysfunction. It wasn't just the monetary imbalance, pumping up the money supply while reducing productivity, meaning less goods and more money to buy those goods, aka massive inflation, in this case hyperinflation. It was also the fact that they added insult to injury during that time by hitting the auto sector with all kinds of regulatory.
That's a lot of money for a car. I've had nothing but Honda Civics in my life up until just recently. I had like a series of leases. I leased a different Honda Civic every 2 years. I had like 12 of them. $50,000 is that's a lot of money, man, for a car. An average bullshit car without heated seats or anything like that, like $50K?
Burdens. And so please miss me with this, tariffs are making cars more expensive, when a 2008 Honda costs like $15,000 nowadays.
Colleen,
and all of that happened over the last 4 years of Joe Biden's administration. Well, now comes the common sense approach.
That's a lot of money for a Dodge Durango. Colleen, I hope it came with a gold bar or something.
The common sense solution, the first solution of peeling back those Biden regulations that have added to the cost of vehicles. But not only that, in true Trump fashion, they're coming at this issue with a multi-pronged approach tackling multiple different issues of efficiencies.
The other things we're doing is separate from this meeting, but I think everybody here would agree with it. If you go to Japan, where I just left, and if you go to South Korea and Malaysia and other countries, they have a very small car, sort of like the Beetle used to be with the Volkswagen. They're very small, they're really cute. And I said, how would that do in this country? And everyone seems to think good, but you're not allowed to build them. And I've authorized the secretary to immediately approve the production of those cars. So you'll be able to buy, they really are, they're actually, some of them are really beautiful, actually. If you take a look, Honda, some of the Japanese companies do a beautiful job. But we're not allowed to make them in this country, and I think you're going to do very well with those cars.
Now they're talking about rolling back some of these regulations that stop car manufacturers from essentially making simple products. And he was...
I told you I wasn't going to miss it. Wait. Hold on. See? I told you I wasn't going to miss it. Oh, we're going to get the volume here. Don't worry. It's music, though. I can't play the music. Because, see, if I edit the video in the studio afterwards, I lose the live chat. I don't want to lose you guys. I want the live chat to still be on the VOD. Now I can leave my VODs up. I don't have to make them private. I didn't remove my VODs. YouTube didn't remove them. I just made them private. That's all. Hold on. Once it stops, he'll go up to the podium, and I'll go to the full volume, and I'll shut my mouth. I promise. Hey, like the stream, share it, let everybody know what we're doing. We're doing a show. It's a show. Oh, it's candles. Oh, I bought candles. Okay, yeah. I bought candles. It happens. All right, come on. Let's go. You can do it. You guys stand there for the whole song. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Well, this is a nice crowd. You got a lot of people. You've got a lot of people standing outside tonight. It's freezing. They got here yesterday like at 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Well, I'm worried about them. Would anybody like to give up your place? Let some people come in from the cold. You go out to the cold. I don't think so. I just want to say hello, Pennsylvania, and I'm thrilled to be back. This incredible Commonwealth. With so many proud, hard-working American patriots, that's what you are. So am I. I'm a proud, hard worker. I'm a proud patriot, but you're a proud patriot. Thank you very much, everybody. It's a great reception. You know, we're on to expose what happened recently when we took over. You know, it's 10 months. And already we have the largest investment ever made in the history of, not our country, of any country anywhere in the world. Think of that. But let me begin by wishing each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that stuff. Remember when I started in 2015, I made my first speech, and I said, we're going to bring back Christmas. Remember, the radical left wanted to get rid of the word Christmas. I said, I don't think that's going to work out. And we did it, and now everybody's saying Merry Christmas again. But just over 1 year ago today, with your help, we saved America. That's what happened. We saved it. In the most important election victory possibly in the history of our country was going down. We were a country that was being scoffed at, laughed at all over the world. We won all 7. Thank you, Charlie. She said, and you saved us. Who are you? Stand up, please. Who said that? I love her. Only in Pennsylvania can this happen. I know this state. By the way, last election, did we kick ass? We won. That means we won 3 times in a row, as you know. But we won all 7 swing states. We won the Electoral College, 312 to 226. We won, and by the way, the real vote was much more than this, but we wanted to make it too big to rig. We won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in many decades, and we won 86% of all counties in America. 2,000.
One of my candles is all broken and the glass is all shattered.
We did it. Not me, we did it. And now, after just 10 months in office, I'm pleased to report that America is winning again. Pennsylvania is prospering again. And I will not rest until this Commonwealth is wealthier and stronger than ever before. Remember when Biden got up and called you a state? That was not good. He said, it's great to be back in this state. Oh, where are we? Where are we? What state is it? It's Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. No, we're respected again as a country. We're respected. Since my inauguration, we've created nearly 60,000 new Pennsylvania jobs, including 4,000 Pennsylvania manufacturing jobs that the Democrats gave up on. You're doing better than you've ever done. Under our leadership, more than 40,000 Pennsylvanians have been lifted off of food stamps. 40,000. And working with a great guy, remember David McCormick? He used to go to every rally I had. He knew what was happening. And he's here again, as usual. I can't get rid of this guy. Where is he? He got a little lucky, though. You know, in Butler, a place called Butler, Pennsylvania. I love Butler, Pennsylvania, but it was amazing. And we had a tremendous crowd, like 55, 60,000 people. Then I called David. I said, David, come on up. He was working like hell to get elected. It was a tough race. And very few people could have done what he did. But I said, right at the beginning of the speech, I said, David, come on up. Come on up. I want to, this was before the thing happened. And then I looked up and I said, you know what, David, just stay there. I'll get you later. You're so lucky, David. You're so lucky you don't know. I could have had a little differently shaped ear if it weren't for you. You know, you got very lucky that day. People don't talk about that, but I remember I called him up and I said, just stay there. Because he was walking a little bit slowly. I didn't want to take the time. Oh, boy, that was a good day for you. What a job he did. He's really a great guy, and his wife, Dina, is fantastic. Thank you. Stand up, David. He's a lucky man. Working with Senator David McCormick, we've secured commitments for nearly $100 billion of investments in Pennsylvania. We were up here a few months ago. Some of the greatest energy companies in the world made that. We were doing it on a beautiful day. A little warmer than it is outside today, David. But over $100 billion, and we've saved a great American company. You know, we saved, this little group of people and me, saved a little company called U.S. Steel. And it's hot as a pistol now. And we have the keys to the company. It's always going to be here. It's never moving. They said, what happens if it moves to Japan? I said, you can't move a steel mill to Japan. You can move a headquarters, but the steel mill stays here. That's all that matters. And I will tell you, the company is spending billions and billions of dollars, and there was no second by comparison. Other companies were interested, but And they really are. They call me all the time, tell me they're really excited about it. And, you know, they're building a lot of additional plants. It's turning out to be beyond what anyone thought possible, but we had to save U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel was one of the greatest companies, which really, for a long period of time, years ago, the greatest company anywhere in the world. U.S. Steel, you see it with the big factories that were, I mean, 2 years ago. Now it's starting to fill up. The tariffs have filled it up because people are coming here. Other steel companies are coming to Pennsylvania now because they don't want to spend 100%, 50%, 25% on tariffs. Are all coming in. It's amazing. You know, the word, remember when I said tariff? My favorite word is tariff. True. But then I got a lot of heat from the fake news. Look at all of them back there. I took a lot of heat. I got up early on. I said my favorite. It's turning out, you know, tariffs are bringing us hundreds of billions of dollars. I just helped our farmers out because they're starting to do really well. But in order to try and negotiate, some countries played a little cute, and we just gave them right out of a tariff money. Cost us nothing. Right out of the hundreds of billions that we've taken in. We gave the farmers a little help, $12 billion, and they are so happy. And all they want is a level playing field. And now it's happening, and the tariffs are making them rich. It's going to be, you're going to see what happens over the next 2 years. It's like a miracle is taking place. But we've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars, really trillions. Scott, we have the great Scott Bassett. Scott, stand up. And if you add to that all of the companies that are pouring their money to building plants in Pennsylvania and many other states, auto plants, AI plants, plants of every type, which we would have never had if we didn't put the tariffs on. Did you see where Europe now is saying, I think we got to start doing what Trump is doing. We've got to start putting on tariffs because we're getting our asses kicked, and it's true. But, Scott, if you really think about it, it's trillions of dollars, not billions of dollars, right? So it's amazing. It's the smart people understand it. Other people are starting to learn. But the smart people really understand it. 1 year ago, under Sleepy Joe Biden, have you
Hi,
heard
Kelly.
of him? You know, okay, look. The king of Saudi Arabia told me this. He said, sir, 1 year ago, I was in Saudi Arabia. Somebody complained that I was making a foreign trip. I went to Saudi Arabia.
That's it. We have 1,000 members.
I brought back $4
Thank you, Spin
trillion.
City
They
News.
said, he shouldn't be traveling. He should focus on home. What the hell do you think I'm doing? And 250 Boeing jets. I brought back so much everything. Then they say, he should, you know, the stupid people, they say, he shouldn't be leaving our country. Yeah, let's sit around and twiddle our thumbs. It's, no, it's sort of crazy, right? But 1 year ago, the king of Saudi Arabia said it. He said, sir, 1 year ago, you were a dead country. Dead. They were focusing on China. They were looking for, you know, who's next on line, frankly. And he's a good man. And the Emir of Qatar said it. UAE said it. The big company, the big, smart country said it. We were a dead country 1 year ago. We were dead as a doornail. We were going down the tubes. And now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. There's nobody close. Sure. And it's because of the election on November 5th, because that's when it started. You see what's happening with recruitment in the military. The enrollment is the highest we've ever had. And, you know, right before November 5th, we couldn't get anybody in the military. We couldn't get police. We couldn't get firemen. We couldn't get anybody. And after November 5th, that's when it started. Right now, we have the highest enrollment we've ever had, the greatest recruitment days we've ever had in the military. It's amazing. So it's November 5th, and it's also, again, it's a thing called tariffs, and I told you I was about to say that, because I love the weave.
Wait, did you do another 20?
Go here, bing, 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 bing. You always have to get back to the right location, but otherwise they'll criticize you for straying from the speech. By the way, if I read what's on the teleprompter, you'd all be falling asleep right now. But it's true. 1 year ago, and during periods of time, I'd say my favorite word is the word tariff. I love it more than any other word in the dictionary. And the fake news said, that's terrible. What about God? What about family? What about religion? What about your sons, your daughters? What about how terrible that's...
Thank you.
So I moved it back to
Spin
fifth.
City.
I have it to fifth.
Jesus,
and now
dude,
I'm in no trouble
you
with
can
the fake
stop.
news.
I appreciate it, man, but
What about religion?
you're gonna make me feel bad.
They always find. So you have to weave a little bit with the punches. You have to go, the boxers. You got to go with the punches. But it's been amazing what's happened. And it's been amazing. It's a transformation of our country. I have the greatest oil man anywhere in the world. I see him sitting right there, Chris Wright. I was going to put him in. Doug Burgum, he's great. He's interior. And I said, Doug, I want you to go to Energy. You're really fantastic at Energy. Came from North Dakota. Big fracking place. State. And really a great job. He was a great governor, I would say, right? Really great. And a great person.
Why are you doing this?
I said, I want you to head up Energy, sir. I'd be good, but I'll tell you, there's one man out there. In the whole world, there's one man out there who would be better than me. Who is it? A man named Chris Wright. Who the hell is Chris Wright? Give me a break. I never heard of the guy. Well, you never heard. He's the biggest there is. He's the smartest there is.
Pookie
He's the
knows.
greatest oil man in the world. Chris Wright. I said, I got to see this guy.
You go to the dollar
After
bill
about 2
sign.
minutes, I understood
Wait. I'm sorry.
what Doug was saying. So I said, okay, Doug, you go to Interior, you work with, because interestingly, Interior
You go near
owns
the
all
chat
land
where
that
you
has
chat,
the oil,
where you type in your stuff.
and he has all the expertise that
And you hit
drills the
support,
oil.
Climax
And I said,
TV, and you
we'll
say
do a
gift
friendly
subs.
merger here. This is pretty good. And that's what we did. And we're right
Or
now
memberships,
drilling
gift
more
membership.
oil than we've ever done ever before. Prices are way down. We just had 4 states. It was just reported that 4 states had $1.99 a gallon. Right? We're sawmaking. So I want to introduce Chris Wright. Stand up, Chris. Who would think, you look at him, he's a nice looking guy and all that. Who would think he's rated, he's the most talented oil guy. He can put his nose on the ground and tell you whether or not there's oil. Other people have to spend billions of dollars on machinery and equipment, and it doesn't work. So I want to thank you. You're doing a great job. And is it true? We are right now, energy overall, not only the oil and gas, we are right now involved in more energy and have more energy in the works by far than we've ever had before. Is that right? Yeah. Not even close. Yeah. And I have no higher priority than making America affordable again. That's what we're going to do. And again, they caused the high prices and we're bringing them down. It's a simple message. If I had one message tonight, this is being covered like all over the world. This is crazy because I haven't made a speech in a little while. When you win, you say, oh, I can now rest. So Susie Trump, do you know Susie Trump? Sometimes referred to as Susie Wiles, Susie Trump. She's the great chief of staff at they don't use the word chief of staff anymore because of the Indians got extremely upset.
Yes, I'm okay. Why?
But now the Indians actually want their name used, which is true. They never didn't want it used. But the chief of staff, and she's fantastic, she said, we have to start campaigning, sir. I said, I won. What do I have to do already? They said, we have to win the midterms, and you're the guy that's going to take us over the midterm. Where's Susie? Susie, come on, Susie. Look at Susie. Susie's the greatest. And who do we see there? We even brought our superstar today, Caroline. Stand up, Caroline. Isn't she great? Is Caroline great?
Polly lives in a frozen tundra.
When
She's
she goes on television, Fox.
she's on her on the
they
sled on the way home.
They dominate when she gets up there with that beautiful face and those lips that don't stop, up like a little machine gun. She's got no fear. You know why she has no fear? Because we have the right policy. We don't have men in women's sports. We don't have to sell men in women's sports. We don't have to sell transgender to everybody.
Oh my God, dude! What are you doing?
Borders where the whole world is allowed to come into our country from prisons and everywhere else. So she's got a little bit easier job. I wouldn't want to be the other side's press secretary, right? Thanks, Carolyn. Great job. We appreciate it. But that's our message. They gave you high prices. They gave you the highest inflation in history, and we're bringing those prices down rapidly. Lower prices, bigger paychecks. You're getting lower prices, bigger paychecks. We're getting inflation. We're crushing it. And you're getting much higher wages. I mean, the only thing that's really going up big, it's called the stock market and your 401ks. It's going up. But I say it, and I said it the other day, and a lot of people misinterpret it. They say, oh, he doesn't realize prices are high. Prices are coming down very substantially. But
thank you, Spin City News.
They always have a hoax.
Everybody who got a membership, thanks Spin City News.
So they look at the camera.
Go follow him on Rumble. Follow me on Rumble.
All about affordability. Now they never talk about it. They never talk. Thank you very much. They say I'm not allowed to run. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but that's okay. He said 4 more years. You see the new hat? We have 4 more years. 2028. We have all sorts of. Well, you know what? We have 3 years and 2 months to go. And you know what that is in Trump time? 3 years and 2 months is called eternity. We have a long time. We have a long time. But under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000 a year. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has already seen their wages increase by more than $1,300, and that's in just a few months. And for construction workers, it's $1,800 up versus $3,500 down, and I think their number is wrong. It's much lower than that. For miners, do we love miners? I love miners. I don't know how they do it, going 10,000 feet under the ground, and they wouldn't trade jobs with me. If I gave them a beautiful, magnificent penthouse in the middle of Manhattan, where I used to live, if I gave them the most beautiful penthouse, they wouldn't take it. They'd rather go 10,000 feet underground and dig. That's what they want.
He should have said
their wages went up $3,300, and we're bringing back coal. But my administration cannot talk about anything else except when they say the word coal, they have to precede the word by 2 words: clean, beautiful. So we only call coal clean, beautiful coal. Is that right, fellas? Because coal needs a little public relations help. It's a very powerful fuel. It's used by China. You know, China makes all our windmills, but they don't have any wind farms. It's a little interesting, isn't it? Wind is the worst. That's a scam. They ruin your valleys. They ruin your peaks. The most expensive energy. The only ones that get rich are the developers who make a fortune. You have to change your windmills. And most of them are made in China, but China has very few wind farms. You know why? Because they're smart. You know what they do have? A lot of coal. They love coal. So that's okay. But we have clean, beautiful coal, and we brought it back into vogue. We have nuclear. We have oil and gas. We have sort of everything. We don't approve windmills. We don't approve it. I'm sorry. We don't like things that kill all our birds. And that every time you put one up, only the guy that owns it makes a lot of money. Those guys, what a joke. And they are ugly. You're right, sir. But Democrats talking about affordability is like Bonnie and Clyde preaching about public safety. And they are really truly the enemy of the working class when they do it, because we're going to have a great energy policy. You know, our oil prices are coming down very substantially, energy prices. And honestly, with that, everything comes down, because there's nothing nearly in the category of oil. You wouldn't even know what second is. There are seconds and thirds, but it's so far down the list we don't even talk about them. You get energy prices down, which we're doing. Again, the greatest amount of drilling, the greatest amount of fuel being produced right now in our country than ever before, by far. It's not even a contest. And when that happens, those prices come down. That's why you're seeing oil per barrel coming down nicely, very nicely. We don't want to go so rapidly because we want the people that produce it to keep producing it, but they're doing good. But it's amazing. But when energy comes down, your other prices come down too, all of your prices. And that's exactly, we inherited the highest prices ever, and we're bringing them down. We inherited the worst inflation in the history of our country. Think of that. And we're bringing them down rapidly. Their entire agenda is about robbing working people to fund their far-left cronies and give lavish benefits to foreign migrants and illegal aliens. You can't do it. Look, we all have a heart. We don't like what's happening. But, you know, when they allow them to come in, we have a border that, by the way, they don't talk about the border. Why don't you talk about the border anymore? The border is, for months.
Hello, Valerie. How are you?
Actually, their people, because they're radical left. Their people, radical left.
Yeah,
they rate the
Kelly,
border
that's crazy.
And how many people came into the border over the last 7 months? You know what it is? Zero. Except for the ones that came in legally, right? Legally. When Biden and congressional Democrats had power, they blew up our economy, sent prices soaring. Look, the poor guy, he didn't know what the hell was happening. Okay, I'm sorry. It wasn't him. It was the lunatics that circled. Yeah, it was the auto pen. You're right. I can't believe I didn't say that. I hate when you beat me to the punchline. I would not have. Well, I'll tell you, I'll give the fake news a little breaking news. So I believe, and I may be correct, but we're checking this. We have a bad head of the Fed. We're going to be making a change. Fortunately,
Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Spin City News.
But
Stop.
we have 4 members appointed by Sleepy Joe
Stop
Biden.
spending all your money.
Which is better, Sleepy Joe or Crooked Joe? Historically, when I've done polls, from people, I do my own polls. I go to a big arena. We have 20,000 people. I say, which you like, Sleepy Joe or Crooked Joe? And I learned, I save millions of dollars. I don't have to do any polling, okay? Typically, Crooked Joe wins. I'm surprised. Because to me, he's a sleepy son of a bitch, who destroyed our country. If we didn't come along, and it's not me, it's all of us. If we didn't come along, this country was destroyed, I'll tell you. It would have been destroyed. But now Democrats in Congress want to take us straight back to the Bidenomics. They don't change. And I don't really talk about it.
Actually, that's a good idea, Kelly.
I watched a congressman the other day on a television show. They were interviewing a Democrat. He was fighting like hell for men to play in women's sports, okay?
I'll figure it out in a little while, Kelly.
And I was going to put something out. I was going to he's a well-known congressman. And I said,
we don't have that many,
let's
only
save it
17,
about 2 weeks
so
before
we're
the
good.
election, right, David? We don't want to do it now.
Hey, thumbs up the stream.
What does it do now? Let's save it for about 2 weeks because we don't want them to change. Just let them keep going. I think transgender for all is a great, great thing for the Democrats to be talking about. Transgender for every member in your family. If they're not feeling well that night, let's just change their sex. Now, let's not talk about it. Let them go and let them fight to get these things. I think open borders are great. Where prisons are emptied into our country, right? Where we have people from all over the world being dumped into our country. The people that aren't wanted in their countries, by the way. I think that's a great, like Somalia. Welcome. Do we have any individuals from Somalia in the group? Please raise your hand. That's from Minnesota, you know. That's called the Great Big Minnesota Scam with one of the dumbest governors ever in history. I love this Ilan Omar, whatever the hell her name is, with the little turban. I love her. She comes in, does nothing but bitch. She's always complaining. She comes from a country where, I mean, it's considered about the worst country in the world, right? They have no military. They have no nothing. They have no parliament. They don't know what the hell the word parliament means. They have nothing. They have no police. They police themselves. They kill each other all the time. I love it. She comes to our country, and she's always complaining about the Constitution allows me to do this. We ought to get her the hell out. She married her brother in order to get in, right? She married her brother. Can you imagine if Donald Trump married his sister? Beautiful. She's a beautiful person. If I married my sister to get my citizenship, do you think I'd last for about 2 hours, or would it be something less than that? She married her brother to get in. Therefore, she's here illegally. She should get the hell out. Throw her the hell out. She does nothing but complain. So now, and we have our savior in this room. His name is Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent. He's right there. Because that very handsome man, by the way, if you're picking the Secretary of the Treasury, is he like the perfect guy for a movie? He's made for the movie. Stand up, Scott. Look at him. No, he's central casting. He's central casting. But you don't, under that beautiful exterior is a killer. And here's what happened. He is in charge of the investigation of Somalia and the billions of dollars they have robbed from Minnesota, right? I hope you do your job. I hope you're not one of these Republicans where something comes up and they don't do what they should do because they're nicer people. You know, they're much nicer people than the Democrats, but Scott's actually not a nice person at all. So, Scott, you're in charge of that investigation? Okay, I'm not interfering at all. I'm just saying, please do a good job, honest and fair, right? Honest and fair. Oh, if he's honest and fair, you know what he's going to find? It's great. I'd love to have that job. They may switch jobs with you. I'd love to have that job. They ought to get him the hell out of here. They hate our country. And she hates our country. And her friends hate our country. And AOC hates our country. They all do. And we have a new candidate in the great state of Texas, where I won Texas by more votes than anybody. And you have to understand.
Oh, he about to talk about Jasmine.
Bad people.
My girl Jazzy. He about to talk bad about her. Ooh. He on fire today, isn't he?
Anything I say that's slightly off, I get like headlines. Donald Trump exaggerated. Or Donald Trump lied. They give me Pinocchios. Washington Post, a Pinocchio. They lie every day. They give me a Pinocchio. But think of this. If I make even the slightest mistake, what they do is they go after me. Everything I say is correct. We have now a new candidate. I won Texas by the largest vote in the history of Texas 3 times, okay? I love Texas. Just like I love Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Just like I love, honestly, every one of our states. I love all of our states, and we've done so well. I love all of our states. What? By the way, is this a different country now than we had a year and a half ago? Right? What a difference. Crime is way down, despite the fact that we have many, bad people entered our country. Many of them are being taken out. Ultimately, they're all being taken out. Washington, D.C., we had a tragic incident, as you know.
Hey, do you watch my short I made today?
Incredible people. What a terrible thing that was just 2 weeks ago, right? Just a terrible National Guard, terrible thing. Sarah and Andrew. Sarah passed away. She's looking at us from heaven, from above, and she was killed almost instantly. They kept her alive. So her parents came from West Virginia, another great state. Her parents are incredible. They couldn't believe it. She was 20 years old, perfect. She was just getting a little promotion. They were so proud of her. She was on her way up, and she was Shatnick head, the brain, shutting the head. They were able to keep her alive long enough for her parents to come in from West Virginia and say goodbye to her. And Andrew is the second one, who's also from West Virginia National Guard, incredible people. And so they were both from West Virginia. And his mother's named Monica. And Monica's the most positive person I've ever seen. The night that he was so badly hit and the doctors gave him almost no chance, I called their hospital room and spoke to her. And she said, sir, he'll be fine. Oh, no, I'm telling you, he's going to, I'm praying. The whole country is praying. Sir, I'm telling you, don't worry about it. He's going to be fine. This is the mother talking to me. And the father's like devastated. He's an incredible guy too, both. And I went and invited them to the Oval Office, and they came in. She said, sir, he's fine. It was amazing, actually. And today, Monica, she said, we're all praying, and I'm praying. And then she called to say, sir, he moved his finger today. This is like 3 days later. He moved his finger. And today I got a call that he got up from bed. Do you believe that? He got up. He got up. Now, he didn't speak. He's not ready for that yet. I mean, he got hit in the head. But he got up, and boy, they're so happy. It's amazing. And the care that they've given him at the hospital, and the generals that have been there, the military that's been there, it's amazing. General Seward and others that she said the level of love that your military has given to my boy. And by the way, Sarah's parents said the same thing. The love and the affection and the care that they're given, they can't even believe what's happened. But Andrew stood up today, and people even can't believe it. So the mother was amazing, and let's hope it continues. Look, it doesn't get much worse than what he did. Let's hope it continues. But that's an act of terrorism. This is a guy came from Washington, state of Washington, came across the country, and he wanted to kill people with the uniform. A whack job. Isn't it crazy? Think of it. He was also very badly injured. And they're fighting to save his life so that we can give him the death penalty. How crazy is that, right? They're fighting to save his life so that we can give him the death penalty. That's the way it really should work, right? The doctors have to do their job, and then the lawyers have to do their job. But it's an amazing country. Actually, Andrew's father said that. He said, they're fighting for him. I hope they save him, sir, because I hope he has to understand what he did, how bad it is. And he's going to, I think he will be saved, actually. It looks like they will save him. He wasn't as badly hurt as Sarah or Andrew, but isn't it an amazing thing? They're working so hard to save his life, and we're going to put him up for the death penalty. Amazing, huh? Only in America. That's only in America. You know, in one way, there's something beautiful about it. In another way, it's a little crazy, right? In my first term, we built the greatest economy in the history of the world. You know that. We had the greatest economy in history, even with the COVID came, and it really hurt the world. It was a gift from China, but China got hurt very badly, too. We're getting along with China. They're buying a lot of our soybeans. Keep buying those soybeans there. You know, you heard all about magnets and rare earth. They were great. I met with President Xi. Scott was with me, and we had a whole group. Marco was there, and Chris was there. We were all there, and we made incredible deals with China. We're getting along. Getting along is a good thing. You know, getting along is a good thing, not a bad thing. It's a smart thing. And they're buying literally trillions of dollars worth of our products and all of that. And we had a very good meeting. Remember, the whole world was going to shut down over rare earth. That was 2 months ago, and that worked out very well. It all works out well. If you have a smart president, it works out well. If you have a dummy, it doesn't work out. But we had a great economy. We had the greatest economy in our country's history, but we had what's called the greatest economy. This is the first term, probably ever, of any country. Now, in addition to that, we rebuilt our military. We got the biggest tax cuts ever. We got the biggest regulation cuts ever. We had the best job numbers. We had a great first term. Or frankly, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be standing here. Because if I had a bad first term, you know, you might say, I like him. He's really good. But we had a lousy first term. You're not going to vote. You voted for me because we had a great, despite all of the Russia bullshit, despite all of the impeachments, you know, think of it. The impeachments, all of the crap we had to go through with these crooked Democrats. They're crooked as you could be. They're bad people. They're sick people. But despite all of that, we had an amazing first term. Our second term is blowing it away. It's blowing it away. So we're doing it again, but bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. There's more work to do, but today, 22 states, we're setting 22 total. Is that right, Chris? That just came out, that statistic. We're down lower than we've been in 7 years in gasoline prices and oil prices, not just the 3 states that I talk about with $1.99 a gallon. How would you like to have $1.99? You know, that's the equivalent of a very major tax cut. You know, when you get the energy prices down, it's really the equivalent, maybe even in many cases better than a big tax cut, which we gave you. We gave you the biggest tax cut ever in the first term. We then gave you, with the great, big, beautiful deal, which is phenomenal, we gave you something that's even better than we did. We gave you an extension of the biggest tax cuts and the biggest tax cuts ever, even bigger than the first term. And that's one of the reasons that your 401ks are through the roof. It's one of the reasons that the stock market is at the highest point. So rent prices are down, dairy prices are coming down very strongly. The cost of Thanksgiving turkeys was down by 33% compared to the Biden era. Biden era, you know what you did during the Biden era for Thanksgiving? You said, oh my God, this is terrible. It was a rotten Thanksgiving. And Walmart, I thank them. You know, they came out with a big, like sort of a numbers thing, a chart. And they had it 25% less. So that's pretty good. A Thanksgiving meal with all of the trimmings is 25% less under Trump than it was a year ago under Biden. That's a good start. We're bringing it down, and we're coming down more. We're coming down a lot more. Takes a little time to come down. They were ruining. They're going to destroy our country. The cost of a Christmas ham, what? Don't forget who? Eggs. I'm getting to eggs. But you're right. Remember with eggs where I had my first news conference. 2 days went by and I had a news conference, right? Unlike Biden, 2 years go by, he still didn't have it. Remember? He'd walk off the stage. He's finished with his, sir, you finished with your speech. Now what? You finished what? And then he'd walk into a wall. What he did, and it wasn't him, it was some really smart, radical left lunatics. What they did to our country, we can never forget. We can never forget. But do you remember the first eggs? We remember the first 3 days. I just got there. Sure, what's these people? 2 of them are there, right there. Look at all those cameras you got. You got a lot of television going. 2 of them were there. And I'm talking about, yes, I look forward to getting involved and doing great things. What about eggs? Eggs are down. They go, eggs. They said, the price of eggs is quadrupled. I said, oh, I didn't know that. Tell me about it. It's gone up like 4 or 5 times. Remember eggs right at the beginning? He's right when he says eggs. It went up like 4 times. It was like crazy. And they said, sir, don't buy. They came into the Oval Office, sir. You know, we have an Easter egg hunt. It's like a thing for 150 years at the White House. Beautiful. They said, sir, we're going to buy plastic eggs this year. Plastic eggs. We don't have, you know, enough eggs to go around for that. I said, you're going to buy regular eggs. And by the time Easter comes, we're going to have so many eggs, you're not going to know what to do. You're not buying plastic. And we didn't. And Brooke Rollins, our Secretary of Agriculture, did an incredible job. And eggs dropped like a rock. And we ended up buying a lot of eggs for a lot of. But the price of eggs is down now 80% since March. Think of that. And we have 2 price charts. Do you remember the last time I pointed to a chart? My all-time, I don't care what these charts say. My all-time favorite chart was the chart I had in Butler. I said, let's look at the chart. Bing, bing. I don't care how good that chart looks. It's shit by comparison to the one in Butler. It's nothing. I like the Butler chart. Remember, that was on how great employment was and all this. But I like it for other reasons. Look at that chart. It's good. But now I talk about the Butler chart, I don't even want to look at it. Doesn't mean anything. But look, Biden price increases and Trump price increases. Look at Biden. Up 37, 24%, 22, 21, 30.7, 30.7 again, 10.4%, 49%. Trump, the price is down 5.1, 4.2, 0.5, down 4%, 2 points, 2.9. Look at that. Our prices are coming down. Their prices, it's a hoax. They're just, remember they said the Inflation Reduction Act. Remember that? Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. The inflation, and after they got it approved, because we had a few Republicans that went along with that whole hoax. And remember, we're going to pass the inflation. And I said, there's nothing to do with inflation reduction there. There's nothing to do with that. It has nothing, it had nothing to do with inflation either way, other than raising inflation, perhaps, because it was such a stupid. And then they admitted, they fought it like, oh no, this is inflation. After they got the thing passed, then they said, we agree, it has nothing to do with inflation. Screw you, we don't care. That's what it is. We're dealing with bad people. And the word affordability is the exact same thing. And I can't say affordability hoax because I agree the prices were too high. So I can't go to hoax because they'll misconstrue that. But they use the word affordability, and that's their only word. They say affordability. And everyone says, oh, that must mean Trump has high prices. No, our prices are coming down tremendously from the highest prices in the history of our country. And look at that.
Let's find out,
Let's
Cindy.
see the next one. You have another
Type
one.
1 if you're in Texas.
Even with a lousy Fed chair. We have a lousy Fed chair. Oh, and by the way, it looks, you're going to have to check this, please. I just heard it could be that all 4 commissioners in the Fed signed by Biden, including Too Late. You know who Too Late is? Too Late, pal? Jerome Too Late. He's too late with his interest rates for a reason. He's a big
Hello,
guy.
William.
He's not a smart
How you
guy.
doing today, man? What's up, brother?
Is he going to lower rates a little bit finally? Did you
Nice.
see
What
Jamie
part?
Dimon, respected guy, said, you got to get the rates down, you schmuck, you know? But
He said schmuck.
I hear that the AutoPen may have signed those commissions. If they signed those commissions, now maybe I'm wrong, but we're going to check. Have you checked that? Are you hearing it? Who signed it? Did he sign it or did the AutoPen sign it? I'm hearing the AutoPen. You know, you can't use the AutoPen unless it's very strongly authorized, unless you show you know what the hell you're doing, which is impossible of him to show. So, I don't know. I think it's something we have to look into. You put people there that
Houston.
are not authorized to be there.
I never been there before. I hear there's a lot of
I signed
traffic.
everything, but I signed Chris Wright. If I gave you an AutoPen, they could throw you the hell out of here, Chris. The difference is they would do it, you know? We try and be too nice. No, would you check that, Scott, okay? Because I'm hearing that the auto pen could have signed maybe all 4, but maybe a couple of them. We'll take 2. So look at that, Biden. I love that laugh. Who's the woman with that great hearty laugh?
Ginger
That's a
Shepherd, I
woman
know
that
exactly
loves
where
Trump.
that is.
That's not beautiful. Anybody can laugh with that happiness. She likes Trump. He likes Trump, too, with the hat. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. So, Biden, new yearly mortgage cost increases, and Trump, new yearly. Look, we went down with our rates. They went up with their rates much. That's a lot. So, with us, you save $2,900, almost $3,000. And with them, you go up. It costs you $15,000. You don't hear that because the fake news doesn't tell you that. And these are charts. These are government charts. These are not made up by Donald J. Trump. These are government charts. Do you have a third chart? Because I like these charts very much. Not as much as Butler, but I like them. You have any other charts? Because so far they're playing quite well. Oh, look at that. Real wages. Look at that. Losses and Trump real wages gains for the typical worker. Wow. I mean, that's incredible, right? So look at the amount of loss. 18.5, 106. What the hell is that all about? Is that even possible? Biden food. Oh, I see. No, that's the eggs.
I also like hot summer girls. That's good.
I said, what's going on with that chart?
There's a lot of those here.
That was Houdini did that. Because I was saying, boy, I really like the numbers having to do with real wages.
Steven, you calling me cute?
Well, but this plays
Thank
very
you.
well, too.
I don't know.
So you have Biden food price increases, Trump. Look at that. Look at that. So ours are decreases, all decreases, and they're moving down good. But look at AIDS, 106%, and we got them down 15%. Look at those numbers. But you don't hear that from the fake news. You don't hear that. What do you think of that, David? I think we're going to have to do something. You know, we should impeach him, but he's gone. I guess we can't, right? By the way, if it were up to them, numbers like that, they would have impeached. Those numbers are terrible, and those are government numbers. So thank you very much, everybody. It's good. We have a couple of other charts we're going to show you, too, that are just terrible. We're also working to bring down the cost of health care. Obamacare is a scam. Under Obamacare, trillions of dollars were given directly to health insurance companies. Their stocks are up 1,700% in a very short period of time. Would you say that's good? Obamacare's primary purpose was to pay off insurance companies. You know, the insurance companies back the Democrats very heavily. I want to give billions of dollars directly to the people. I want to take all of the billions and billions and actually trillions, but over a period of time. And I want to give all of that money we give to the big, fat, rich insurance companies. I don't want to give them nothing. I want to give nothing to the insurance companies. I don't want to give all, because they're sucking our country dry with this scam by the Democrats. That was Obama, and I've always said it, Obamacare, but now you see the numbers because your premiums are going up on Obamacare and everything. It's forcing everything up. But we want the money go directly to the people. We want you to go out and buy your own health insurance, and you'll get much better health insurance at a much lower cost. Everybody knows this is the best way to go, but the Democrats, they're bought and owned by the insurance companies. So let's see how many of them have the guts to vote for this. You know, we're putting in bills where all of that money, hundreds of billions of dollars, goes to the people to go out and buy your own health care. And everybody's different. Some are young people, some are older people. It's a much different, really, set of criteria.
Because you chatted first on my stream, Patty. Congratulations, you're number one.
$1 trillion in new investments in our country. Think of that, though. And we've done in 10 months, we've set the all-time country record by many times. I'm going to get the exact numbers many times. 18, what are we over 18, right around 18 trillion? We could hit $20 trillion in the first year with 10 months, 18 trillion versus less than 1 trillion. And I'll tell you what, it was going to go down. If it wasn't going to be like even anything, it would have been negative because companies were pouring out of our country. The stock market is set 51. This is in less than 10 months. The stock market is set 51 all-time record highs. There's never been anything like that. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. It's set, think of that. It's set 51 all-time record highs in less than 10 months. That was as of about 3 weeks ago. Before I entered office, 100% of all new net jobs were going to migrant workers. Think of that. 100% of new jobs were going to migrant. These are government numbers, by the way. These are not Trump numbers. These are government numbers. Because they say, well, did Trump come up with these numbers? No, I didn't come up. I'm just... Migrant workers and illegal aliens got 100%. But since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American citizens. How about that? Now, how about that? Even I will give myself a hand. Now, think of it. 100% went to American citizens before 100% went to people that came into the country illegally. Again, many of them from prisons, many of them gang members, drug members, Tren de Aragua. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. That's why when they ask about the economy, you know, you have fake polls. How's Trump doing? You hear these numbers. How's Trump doing on the economy? I was interviewed by a very hostile group today. I said, why am I doing these people? They're hostile. But they were relatively fair because they can't beat you. I don't mind. I can be interviewed by anybody. Were you concerned if you're doing badly?
Me.
You don't want to be interviewed by...
I'll interview you.
They can't do anything to you because the numbers speak. It was Politico. I did an interview today. It was a good interview because they have no ammunition. The one person said to me, it's unbelievable. Our economy is unbelievable. There's never been anything. But the Democrats go out, prices are too high. Yeah, they're too high because they caused them to be too high. But now they're coming down. One of the most important ways we're defeating inflation is by unleashing American energy, including oil, gas, and clean, beautiful coal right here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Did you know I went to school in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania?
Did you watch my short? I made a short today. You should watch it.
I love the Wharton School. Became a little liberal, but these are minor details. But the Wharton School, one of the greatest schools in the world. I went here and I loved it. I loved the school, and I love Philadelphia. Philadelphia's gotten a little rougher, but we're going to take it. And you have a great football coach, and you have a great running back, Saquon. You know, I got to know Saquon a little bit, and my hand will never be the same. I patted him on the back. I said, Saquon, let's go. You're my partner today. Let's go win. Because it was like I hit a piece of steel. I said, what the hell is with you, Saquon? That's pretty, he's good. But he's a better football player than he is a golfer, trust me. He's so strong.
Hey, Tamek. Hey, Thomas. Hi, everybody.
But his
welcome to the
is
show.
Great. His golf will be very good. Very good. But we won. We won our match. And you do have a great coach. I was with you, Coach. I got a little streak going here, but that'll change. But he's a great coach. Well, you won the whole deal, right? I got to know him last year when he came to the White House, and I said, this guy's he's a real leader. The players loved him. And you had some players that are just, really just fantastic guys. But you have a good football team. It's really good to watch. But for 4 long years, Biden and the Democrats tried to endlessly kill Pennsylvania energy jobs. They worked so hard to kill the jobs. They wanted wind all over the place, Let's go buy those windmills for millions of dollars each from China. Every time it goes around, you lose $15. Did you know that? That's on average. You're supposed to make money with energy. You're not supposed to lose money with energy. And everybody that's doing wind is in virtual bankruptcy right now. If you look at UK, I told the Prime, he's a nice man.
Yeah, William, I will after my
I
stream.
said, you have a great energy.
If I click on the wrong thing now, the whole thing will close.
Use it. Well, you're not going to be in office.
But I'll do it later.
Energy prices.
Sure.
They're putting
No
wind
problem.
all over Scotland, all over beautiful, the most beautiful fields in the world, Scotland. All over beautiful. Oh, we have some Scottish people here. Where the hell did you come from? We have Scottish people. But they're putting wind all over Scotland. The people are not thrilled with it. And it's costing them a fortune. They have the most expensive energy. And I said, I'm going to do you a favor. You could be there for a long time. Open up the North Sea oil. One of the greatest oil. And they like to say, well, it's very well depleted. No, it's good for another 500 years. And they haven't even found most of it yet. And if you look at Norway, they have a section of the North Sea, which in theory isn't as vibrant. And it's a very rich country. They have a tremendous worth because of the North Sea. But UK has to, if they don't go back to oil, I think a lot of bad things are happening to Europe. That their immigration policies are so bad. It's so bad. They're destroying our beautiful Europe. I love Europe. They're destroying Europe, and they better do something. I'll give them just some free advice. I'm focused here, but I give them free advice. They better be careful because immigration and energy are going to destroy Europe. On day one, I ended the war on Pennsylvania energy. I just terminated something that was insane. And we all love Elon. Elon was up here campaigning, right? But I said, Elon, I think electric cars are great, but not everybody wants an electric car. And I ended the insane electric vehicle mandate where everybody was supposed to have an electric car by the year like 2030 or some ridiculous year like that. It's just not going to be that way. I don't think it'll be some like hybrids, some kind of like gasoline powered. I mean, the nice thing about gasoline is we have 2,000 years worth of we have more gasoline, we have more oil and gas than any country anywhere in the world. Is that right? And they want us to go to batteries. Let's go to batteries. We don't have battery content. So let's go to batteries, according to these morons that were in our country. Let's not use oil and gas, which we have more than any country in the world. Let's go to batteries. Well, we have to go to the Congo and get it from China. But I actually stopped the war with Congo and Rwanda, and they said to me, please, please, we would love you to come and take our minerals, which we'll do. But I stopped the Green New Scam. It's a total scam. And, we had, they used to call it global warming. Then they called it 15 other things, and none of them worked. So they came up with climate change, remember? Climate change. Because you can't go wrong with climate change if it goes up. Remember, global warming, and then the temperature started going down like a rock. Remember? We had global warming, and they sent that big, beautiful ship with all scientists on it, and it went into deepest Alaska. It went up through the ice. And the global warming, it was getting so warm, except unfortunately they had a bad few weeks. It got so cold that the ice just crushed the ship. We had to take those poor bastards out by helicopter.
He's crazy tonight. What the fuck, man?
One guy was petrified of helicopter. He said, I have a choice, go down in the ice with the ship or go in a helicopter. He chose the helicopter. He made it. But we have a very simple policy,
That's
right,
funny.
Chris? Drill, baby, drill. We have a simple policy. And natural gas production is booming. Coal mining is up by 2.4 million tons a month. And we're also reviving Pennsylvania manufacturing. And with our historic tariffs, steel production is roaring back. We're building steel mills all over the country. And U.S. Steel is coming back at a level never thought possible before. And I was up. And I was up here and with the workers and with Selena. Do you know Selena? Does everybody know? And with some other people. We were up with some great people, and we spent the whole day, and they were determining whether or not they want to make which one of the deals. I went to the workers. I said, which one do you like? We picked the right one. As I said before, billions of dollars they're spending. And the steel workers are doing phenomenally better. I think you're going to do better than you've ever done before. You were losing all of your steel. If we didn't have tariffs, you would have no steel. We wouldn't have one steel mill anywhere in the United States. And that would be really bad for, Scott, national security. We need...
Liquid, what's up, bro?
You need steel. You know, you can give up certain products.
Chris, Jeffy, what's up, guys?
You can give up pencils. That's under the China policy. You know, every child can get 37 pencils. They only need 1 or 2. You know, they don't need that many. But you always need steel. You don't need $37 for your daughter. 2 or 3 is nice.
All right, later, Sheepdog Nia. Hi, Rumble.
So we're doing things right. We're running this country right. We're also putting thousands of dollars in the pockets of hardworking Pennsylvanians with the largest tax cuts in American history. That's no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, no tax. And all of that kicks in on January 1st. You know, it hasn't kicked in yet. I mean, we're doing great, and it hasn't kicked in yet, and it's amazing. And it's one of the reasons they said, sir, would you mind going on the trail? And I actually like it, you know. I have fun. I haven't read practically anything off the stupid teleprompter. And then my speechwriters they're getting awards for some of the finest speeches, and I haven't even read them. And the award for the finest writer in the history of speechmaking, Ross. Where are you, Ross? Are you here, Ross?
Oh, for real, P-Town? That's crazy.
Look, first time I've ever introduced him. Ross, get over here. I got it. He's a young, handsome man. He's the greatest. Thank you, Ross. Very low-key guy. Thank you. Look at Ross. He's so shy. I can't believe it. We're joined today by Donna Zajac, a mom and a waitress of over 45 years who lives in Stroudsburg. Does everybody know where Strouds? I know where it is. Because of no tax on tips, Donna estimates she will keep hundreds of additional dollars every single month. And she'll put all of that money toward her daughter's dream of becoming a veterinarian. That's a good, right? That's good. Are you here, Donna? Where's Donna? Oh, come on up, Donna. Come on. Come on. You want say a few words. Look how beautiful she is. She stood up. She wasn't supposed to come up, but when I looked at her, I said, come on up, Donna. Look how beautiful she is. You're not allowed to say that anymore. You know, in politics, if you say somebody's beautiful, that's the end of your political career. I say, I don't care. I don't care. Come on up, Donna. Yeah, just say whatever. This is always dangerous.
Thank you, Trump. Thank you to President Trump for having me. This is like my sister dream, but I love you too. My sister Ann loved you too. But yes, but that money, that would help me with my daughter's tuition. Yes, make it a lot easier. Big difference. For sure. Yeah, we love it. Thank you. Thank you.
A star is born. That's all I say. A star is born. Is your sister here? Is your sister here, Donna? Are you? Oh, hello. How are you? Good family. Well, thank you. Thanks, Donna. That's beautiful. Also with us is Marine Corps veteran Sean Downey, who now serves as a firefighter and a local first responder. Sean worked over 400 hours of overtime. That's a lot. And thanks to no tax on overtime, he'll take home thousands of dollars extra, which he plans to use to buy a first home. And thank you. Where's Sean? Good, Sean. Good. So you're going to use that money well, right? That was not an easy one to get approved. You know, it all went through Congress. I had to really push hard. I was not nice. I was not nice to get you that money, but you're going to use that money to get a house, right? A first house? Good. Well, you have a great future. Thank you very much. And here as well is Megan Hemhauser from Cresco, Pennsylvania. Megan's husband works 10 to 15 hours of overtime a week operating heavy equipment while she bartends and waits tables at night and homeschools her 2 children during the day, getting more and more prevalent. Homeschooling getting more and more, it's happening. That's okay, it's good. But thanks to no tax on tips and no tax on overtime, more than a quarter of their income will be tax-free. Megan, do you want to come up? Come on, Megan. Come on up.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. As President Trump said, I'm a mom, a wife. I homeschool my 2 brilliant children. And the no tax on tips is incredible. No tax on overtime is incredible for my husband. And it all comes back to our family. It saves us, and it's for the future of our children. And it's been such a blessing to be home with them and to have them here with me tonight. And thank you for everything, President.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see that. I want to show that. You know what's great? So she had these notes, right? They're not notes, it's a speech. She never even looked at it. She was great. It's much better when you don't have to read it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. So I just thought, great job. That's a great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's great. Never looked at the notes. She never looked at those notes. That's pretty cool. I have a lot of professionals sitting right here. They'll get up and read a speech. But Megan didn't have to do that. Another key part of our tax cuts is known as Trump accounts. Under this new program, the federal government will be creating an investment savings account for every single newborn American child with $1,000 to be invested and grow over the course of their life, right at the beginning of birth. Friends, family, employers, and loved ones will be able to add thousands of dollars a year, and it's like a trust fund for every American child. It's going to be something, and it's really exciting. And I want to thank Michael Dell and his beautiful Dell computer. Go out and buy a Dell computer.
That's good, Blake. Me too. I haven't been really watching
He got it started. He put up $6,250,000,000.
the chat or anything, so.
And he started with nothing. Think of that. And he just put that up, $6,250,000,000. Michael Dell, thank you wherever you may be. Michael is probably in Texas watching us right now. And his beautiful wife, they're a great couple. His wife is incredible. Every single Democrat in Congress voted against these unbelievable benefits for American families.
Me too, Ginger.
Why would you vote against? Money is being put up. Big money is being put up. And you know, these kids, when they get to be 18, 20, 21, 30, 35 years old, they could have $100,000, $200,000. And they're going to be rich. I mean, they're going to feel rich. And they're going to be watching it grow. And they may be helping it grow. Who knows? You never know. But it's going to teach them. It's going to be a great thing.
Hey, like the stream, subscribe to my channel.
Ideas they wanted to do.
I made a short today.
They spoke with their wallet, too. They put up a tremendous amount of money. So I just want to thank Michael Dell, his wife and family, and everybody else that was with us the other day.
Follow me on Rumble.
And it's a big event. But we're joined today by some of your representatives who voted to put more money in your pockets. And these are great people. And I introduced David. I'm going to ask him to stand up again, because David McCormick is a really great man in the truest sense. He won a race, you know. He really did well the first time too, but some bad things happened, right? And very few people are willing to do that again. And to be honest, if he would have lost,
I know his wife. She's a beautiful woman, extremely into the social scene, but respected by everybody. She would have left him if he lost. And I told him, Dina would have left him. She's she's that way. Hey, we can't help it. That's the way she is. So I said, David, you're taking a big risk if you run again, because if you lose twice, your wife is leaving you.
Money man, yes.
And he wasn't worried.
Yes, I know that.
David McCormick. Yeah.
I can't say that on YouTube, but yes, I know that.
He was so great. He followed me every single time I spoke. He was there, and he got up and he'd speak. And I'll tell you, we had big crowds, David, and the audience listened.
He's on fire
tonight.
tonight.
They liked me in some cases. I was thinking about, let's keep him off the stage. But they really loved you. And you've been a great senator. And you have a great wife. Thank you very much. Thank you. And a congressman who's been a warrior, and a couple of guys that have just been unbelievable. But Rob Bresnahan, would you stand up, Rob? What a job you're doing, huh? Young, handsome, central casting. Great job. Thank you very much, Rob. Great job. And another one. These are warriors, these two guys. But the three of them. And then you have the senator, but the three of them. Ryan McKenzie. Ryan, thank you. And it's hard for me to explain how hard they work, but they were working so hard getting that big, beautiful bill. I call it the great, big, beautiful bill passed. You know, that was supposed to be in 17 bills. And I actually said it because I'm not that experienced. I haven't been doing it that long, believe it or not. I haven't been doing this. I had one man, he was a congressman, and we had a big meeting, and he was telling us all how to do something. And I said, I disagree with that. He said, sir, I've had 22 races, and I've won 20 of them. I know what I'm doing. And I said, sir, I've had 3 races, and I've won all 3 of them. And mine was for president. And he said, all right, you got me on that. He's actually a good man. He got a little carried away one day. But that's because these guys wanted to do it my way, too. So we had 17 bills prepared. Dan Muser, right? Stand up, Dan. What a great guy. Stand up, Mrs. Muser. Dan is he's a very powerful congressman, but he's a great person, great man. All 3 of these guys, they're warriors, and your senators, very few people that I've ever met that would take that risk. It was a risk. You know, it takes guts to run for public office, right? It takes guts. A lot of guys talk, including me. I talked about this for a long time before I did it. It takes courage to run for any public office because, you know, you can be very embarrassed. You can ruin your life. Look at me. I got impeached. I got indicted. I was never going to be impeached, indicted. I get indicted like 87 times with these stupid... See, they should have indicted me once. They would have had a better chance. With all of the I used to get up. It was very important. I'd get up and say, here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, I got indicted again. And nobody believed the whole thing. And then I'd explain it, and it turned out to be a hoax. I mean, it was a total hoax. They're very, very bad, very, very bad people. But Dan Muser has been a great congressman. He was thinking about running for governor. I think you would have won if you ran, but... you know, in a selfish way, I like you in Washington even better. So I want to thank you very much. Great. Great job. Thank you. That's even more important. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks as well to Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, and Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright. You guys have been great. Thank you. I introduced them, but I want to introduce them because they have been so good. A major factor that fueled inflation under Biden was the invasion of 25 million people. Think of this, 25 million people came into our country totally unchecked and unvetted, mostly across our southern border. 10 months ago, we inherited the worst border in the history of the world, and now we have the strongest border in the history of our country. We've never had a border that strong. And people don't talk about it. You notice they don't talk about it. When I was running, it was the biggest thing. And before I was running, that's all they talked about, the border, the border, the border. And now I fixed it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Even my people.
They say, sir, don't put it in your speech. Why? Because nobody cares about the border. You fixed it. No, but you know how bad that is? Because they forget what you did. We had a border that was so bad. Everybody, criminals, everybody pouring into our country. Anybody. You know, the Congo, I just settled that war. The Congo, their entire prison population was set into our country. Venezuela, their entire prison population was dumped into our country. And now we have the tightest border we've ever had. We have one of the strongest borders anywhere in the world. I would say there's one country that has probably a stronger border. You know what that is? You know what that is? North Korea. North Korea, I think, has a stronger border.
I knew he was going to say North
North
Korea.
Korea has 7 walls of wire, and each of them has 1 million volts of electricity going through it. So if you get over one, you're dead for the next one. If you get over one, you're in very bad shape. If you get over 2, you've set a record. So I don't know, Scott, I think we give North Korea the safest border, don't you agree? You know, but ours is pretty safe. And I want to thank Pete Hegseth and the military for helping us. And again, for 7 months in a row, we've had 0 illegal aliens that have been admitted to the United States. And nobody. Do you remember when Biden said, I need legislation to do that? And I said, no, all you need is a new president. I didn't get legislation. Scott, did I get legislation? I said, close the freaking border right now. And they did it. Because our Border Patrol is incredible. ICE is incredible. That ICE, poor ICE, they take a lot of abuse, but they're the toughest people. And again, Washington, D.C. now is, we had the tragedy, of, which was a terrorism tragedy, but we have Washington, D.C., the safest it's been in 52 years. Think of that. And a year ago, you couldn't walk down a street in Washington, our nation's capital, and now restaurants are booming, restaurants are opening. The restaurants were all closing, now the restaurants are opening. You can't get into a restaurant in Washington, D.C., Biden and the radical left Democrats turned Pennsylvania into a dumping ground for hundreds of thousands of migrants from the most dysfunctional places on earth, like Somalia, and gave them billions and billions of your taxpayer dollar. But we didn't really give it. It was stolen. And those people should go to jail. Jail. And if they don't go to jail, Scott Bessent is toast. He's toast. I'll tell you, that could be the easiest case. I think it's too easy for you. Just give it to your assistants. They can do that case. These people are crooks. They don't work. 91% unemployment, okay? It's a scam, and it's headed up by the crooked Congresswoman. Whatever happened to her brother, by the way? Is he still around? Is he still... Where is he? Yeah, he went low. He went low. He's not happy. Would you look into him too, Scott? Would you find out the brother, please? She said, how dare you say that about me? It's discrimination. Let me tell you, black people love Trump. I got the biggest vote. I got the biggest vote with black people. They know a scam better than anybody. They know what it is to be scammed. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. We did great. Thank you. I like this guy. Thank you. We got a tremendous black vote. We got a tremendous Hispanic vote. We got a tremendous, because we speak the truth. They get it. Everybody gets it. Everybody, pretty much everybody gets it. And they know we're the real deal. Our country's become so strong in such a 10 months. Think of it. It's not even a year. It's like, if we keep going like this, I don't know if we can do that. But if we keep going like this, there'll be nothing ever in history like it. Already, they are saying better than Lincoln, better than Washington, better than anybody. The best 10 months ever in the history of the presidency. And for the first time in 50 years, we now have reverse migration. which means more jobs, better wages, and higher income for American citizens, not for illegal aliens. And you know what? We all have a heart. We want to take care of people. But these people are getting killed on the walk up. They're dying. They're dying. They have to go through jungles. We don't realize this. They are going through areas that are not, it's not possible to get through some of the areas. They're going through jungles down in the Central America, South America, some of these areas with snakes, with crocodiles and alligators. They're getting just eaten alive, and they're getting beat up by some of the bad people. Women are being raped. Remember when I started, I said, we're going to stop the raping. Women in those caravans, a name conceived of by me, because it's a caravan, thousands of people, 10, 15, 20,000 people coming up. The women in those caravans are being raped in unprecedented numbers by other people in the caravans. By them not coming, they're not even trying to come now because they know they can't get through. We're doing a tremendous service because they're not being killed and they're not being raped and they're staying back in their country where they've been. And they've been taken care of. I've also announced a permanent pause on third world migration, including from hellholes like Afghanistan, Haiti, Somalia, and many other countries.
I didn't know that.
I didn't say shithole, you did. Remember I said that to the senators they came in? The Democrats. They wanted to be bipartisan. So they came in and they said, this is totally off the record. Nothing mentioned here. We want to be honest because our country was going to hell. And we had a meeting. And I say, why is it we only take people from shithole countries, right? Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few? Let us have a few. From Denmark, do you mind sending us a few people? Send us some nice people, do you mind? But we always take people from Somalia, places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime. The only thing they're good at is going after ships. But they don't go after our ships. You know why? Because that same missile that knocks the crap out of them, that with the drug dealers from Venezuela and others. That same missile, think of it, from hundreds of miles away, we have the greatest military, we have the greatest equipment, we make the greatest equipment in the world. I bought more equipment. We rebuilt the military in the first term. Then Stupid Joe gave a lot of it to Afghanistan, but it was a lot, but relatively little. But we're still adding to it a lot. But I'll tell you what, I'm looking at this big tough guy with the red hat on. I like that guy. But stand up, let me just see what you look like. Nobody's going to mess with him. Okay. He's central casting. Thank you very much. Very good. I see he's enjoying it. I like people that enjoy things because you got to smile about this whole thing. But that same missile system that hits the center of everyone. Remember, every boat that gets hit, we don't want to do that, but every boat that gets hit, we save 25,000 American lives. Every boat. And when you view it that way, you don't mind. But we have that same system aimed at Somalia, and if they go and want to raid our ships, and not our ships, worldwide shipping, you know, they used to go and take the ships. When one or two of them get hit, they say, we'll pass. So we've cut down drugs, 94% coming in from sea. 94, right? 94%, Muser. 94%, Muser. That's pretty good. We're trying to figure out who the hell are the other 6%. They're finding it very hard to get people to navigate those waters. The problem is nobody wants to go fishing anymore either. They don't want to get in boats. They don't want anything to do with boats. I think we've destroyed the boat market. Other than that, it's been very effective. We've cut it down 96%. Think of that. And now we're going to do land because the land is much easier and it's even more prevalent. If you don't share our values, contribute to our economy, and assimilate into our society, then we don't want you in our country. We don't want you. I mean, Ilhan Omar and the people from Somalia, they hate our country. And they think we're stupid people, which actually, when they allow that to happen, they are. That's headed by Governor Walz, one of the dumber people around. No, but think of it. He's given not like peanuts, billions. These are people that don't work in their own country. Their own country's a failure. They have no money there. And yet they come into our country and steal tens of billions of dollars. How stupid are we to allow that to happen? They can't earn 10 cents in their country. They come over here and rob. Are we that easy? Are we that easy to allow a thing like that to happen? That's up to you. And look at what's going on in North Carolina. We have a big Senate race. We have a fantastic man, Michael Whatley, running as a Republican, head of the Republican Party, won elections, won the presidential election for us. He's running against a governor who's a radical left lunatic. And Michael should win. I don't know. It's hard. You beat a two-term governor, but the governor didn't do a good job. But what's happening in North Carolina? Two of the most vicious murders that anyone's ever seen in Charlotte. And it's all run by the Democrats. What's going on there? The young lady from Ukraine, you saw that one where a guy from behind just cut her throat on tape. Can't even watch it. What's going on in North Carolina? You need a Republican running that, and you've got to have a Republican senator elected. If you don't, and Michael Whatley's running, he's going to be great. So we have people from North Carolina here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wasting so many words. You know, it's a Senate race, but you agree with me, I think, Mr. Senator, right? Together, we've achieved more in less than 1 year than most other administrations have achieved in 8 years. And we're restoring law and order to our cities, backing the men and women of law enforcement. I love law enforcement. And standing with the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol. We've ended political correctness in our military. We've renamed the Department of Defense into the Department of War. I said to Pete, you know, Pete's a tough cookie, and I said to Pete, I used to do interviews with him, and all he wanted to talk about was the military. I said, this guy's great, smart guy, great education, great everything. The press gave him a hard time, real hard time, but he's really proven to be very, very good, very, very strong. Young, strong, smart. We have Raisin Cain, the great general who knocked out ISIS for us in 4 weeks. Raisin Cain, they said it was going to take, right? They said it was going to take 5 years, sir. Or, sir, it'll take 5 years. He said, sir, I can do it in 4 weeks. Did it in 3 weeks. Knocked out ISIS. He did a hell of a job in knocking out the Iran nuclear capability. We knocked out the Iran nuclear capability. Now compare that to Jimmy Carter, the Democrats. Well, he was a nice man, but he was. But we don't really want a nice man. You want to have somebody that's capable. You know, they were talking about Greg Gutfeld. He's a very good guy. Greg Gutfeld, very good guy. But Greg Gutfeld he didn't like me very early in his, he didn't like me. I don't know, he just didn't like me. And there was
this is a hell of a speech, isn't it?
It's okay, I'll live with it. Then all of a sudden he started saying, you know, I don't like this guy, but everything he says, he gets it done. And, you know, then he went on a couple of months later and he started going like, I'm starting to like that guy better. Every damn thing he says, he gets it done. And it's all really good, common sense, tough stuff. I've never seen anything like it. Everything he says, he gets done. And then he started to really like me. And then we did an interview. It was supposed to be a 10-minute interview. It lasted for 2 hours. There was a good chemistry. And he did 5 shows, all 5 shows that week. And he got the highest ratings that anyone's ever gotten in that time slot. And he became legendary. I'm happy for him. But there was something. But he said, during the process, he said, so would I rather have a guy as president who was really a nice guy who I liked, or a guy who I can't stand that gets everything done and turns our country into a great country again? And he was smart. It was a very interesting process, but he's a great guy. He's doing really well. Totally dominates the late night. Totally dominates. So I guess there's morons that they have at the other. Kimmel, what bad people? In 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Kosovo, Serbia, Pakistan, and India. They were going at it. Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia. You didn't know about that. Armenia and Azerbaijan. And I hate to say this, one named Cambodia, Thailand, and it started up today. Tomorrow I'll have to make a phone call, and I think they'll get it. Who else could say, I'm going to make a phone call and stop a war of two very powerful countries, Thailand and Cambodia? They're going at it again. But I'll do it. So we're making peace through strength. That's what we're doing. We've cut federal funding for any school that pushes critical race theory or transgender insanity. No more money. We banned the chemical, surgical mutilation of children. Think of this. Can you imagine if you were up here 15 years ago? We have banned the chemical mutilation of children. They'd say, this guy's crazy. We actually had to ban it.
Nico Luis, thank you for the $2.
I have stopped
Rockstar, thank you, thank
from
you.
playing in women's sports. They'd say, this guy's crazy. Men don't play in women's sports.
Appreciate that.
Stop men. Well, that's another thing. We
Appreciate
stopped
that,
men
really do. Thank you.
from playing in women's sports, and we're restoring the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley in beautiful Alaska.
This is a
I
great
renamed
speech.
The Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America.
That's my shit, the Gulf of America.
So in conclusion, from the shipyards of Philadelphia to the steel mills of Pittsburgh, these are great places. Maybe some of you don't even realize it, you know. You get used to it a little bit too much sometimes, but these are great places. From the union halls of Scranton to the kitchen tables of millions of Pennsylvania families, we're bringing prosperity and pride surging back to this magnificent Commonwealth. We're bringing it surging back. You're hot. Our country's hot and you're hot. Together, we're repairing 4 years of disaster by the radical left Democrats in Congress and by the worst president in the history of our country. He is. I mean, it's not a question about that. He's just the worst president in the history of our country. What the damage thank you very much. The damage he's done to our country is something we can never forget. After just 10 months, our border is secure, our spirit is restored, inflation is stopped, wages are up, prices are down, our nation is strong, America is respected again, and the United States is back. People, right? All these all of my friends right up here. Every single, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. He looks like The Rock. You look like The Rock. Stand up. Let me see what you look like. Yeah, look at that. The Rock would be very happy with that look. Every single day of this administration, we will keep on working for the hard-working American citizens, people that love our country. We will fight, 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 and we will win, win, win. And with your help, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Pennsylvania. Thank you. We love you, Pennsylvania. Merry Christmas.
All right, just give me a second. I got something else queued up. I got some other things, don't worry.
Okay,
It's teaspoon. Okay. Wait, let me stop this. That was a fire speech, wasn't it? Wasn't that a good speech? Man, he was laying into people. Good Lord. All right. So I want to continue on here. And I want to get a little update in Portland since how we don't have a lot of content this week from Portland. I'm going to leave it up to my good friend T-Sply to teach us about what the latest and greatest is. Now, this T-Sply video is only a couple hours old. So not only was it today, but it was only done a couple hours ago, okay?
I don't think people realize how much pushback we are seeing against Homeland Security officers in the state of Oregon on all levels. We're talking about protesters, city councilors, even a senator from Oregon.
But what I'll tell you, my bottom line is, as Oregon's senior senator, there is not going to be any airport Alcatraz. We are not going to have a detention facility there.
Now, with all of this going on, we also have Nick Sorter suing the Portland Police Department.
Just today, actually, we served them with a $10 million federal civil rights lawsuit because this is a pattern and practice of these far left cities.
Yeah, so we're going to cover that as well. In fact, on my channel, you know we've been covering the Portland protest every single day since June. And of course, we actually already covered when Nick Sorter got arrested and the entire context around it. So we have a lot to dig into. Now, before we start the video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well. It's a massive help, and I think people need to see what is going on in the state of Oregon right now. Here we go.
So they're getting out of their car.
Hey, you have to stop harassing people.
No.
You were arrested in 2023 for harassment.
Yeah, period.
Oh, why? Why do you like to harass people?
Why do you like to harass people?
Oh, no, we enforce the law.
Oh, do you?
We do.
Really? So legal citizens isn't harassment?
Oh, we don't arrest legal citizens unless
really?
they break the law.
Oh, really? Like a speeding ticket?
Yeah.
That's
no,
enough?
no, we don't enforce.
Really? Because you did that yesterday.
No, we didn't.
Left a 7-month pregnant
you have to
woman
stop
by
believing
yourself.
all the misinformation.
Oh, really? Because I met them. Then I saw the video. So it's not crazy that a video is lying.
Ask me a specific question. I'll do my best to answer.
I don't have one for you.
Oh.
Yeah, I know all the
it's just
information I
ignorance.
need to know. Oh, it's ignorance?
It's ignorance.
Wow, right back at you. Right back at you. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I'm here. I'm happy to talk to you.
No, I don't need to talk to you.
Okay, so you're just going to follow us and beat the horn?
Yep.
Okay. So you're admitting that?
Nope.
Oh, you just did.
Okay, fuck it. Oh, is that your personal?
Okay, so first things first, we are seeing more and more clips like this come out of Oregon, which is evidence that shows us we're seeing a lot more pushback towards these Homeland Security agents trying to do their jobs. But what this clip also shows us is that Homeland Security might know a lot more about you than you think, because this ICE agent walked up to the vehicle, knew the person's name, and knew that she has been arrested before.
Okay. All right, well, good talk.
You want to talk about the harassment thing? It was recent. Was it for harassing us too, or was it who were you harassing?
Did you drive down from Portland today, or you staying out here now? You don't want to answer questions.
Well, since you are following us, you can also follow us on social media. You can follow us. QR code. Janet, your camera's right there. I think you're live streaming. Your live streaming.
Okay, so those Homeland Security officers in Oregon were referencing social media. Are you gonna post this to social media? I see you're live streaming. Just 24 hours ago on my own channel, we saw some other Homeland Security agents also refer to social media. This is over in Minneapolis.
How much money?
You think so?
Right?
What's that?
How much money are you going to make from this?
I'm not here to make money. I'm here to protect my fellow citizens.
We know. Yeah, you need.
We never used to see this ever from Homeland Security, referencing how there are social media personalities, referencing how people are making money from following Homeland Security agents. This is just another observation I'm trying to show you guys. As we go through these investigations every single day, this is something else we're starting to see, where Homeland Security is starting to point out, hey, we know you're going to post this to social media, we know you're trying to get a reaction, we know what you're doing. Now, let's go back to Oregon.
Have your followers follow us too.
Are you guys people of color?
We arrest anybody
and littering
who's in the country illegally.
luckily we laminated them so we can actually reuse them.
It doesn't matter what color.
Cool. I'm just curious if you guys are people of color.
I'm an American citizen.
Oh, no. What's your ethnicity?
American.
You know,
what is your
ICE
race?
People that are legally here, immigrated to the United States and became citizens, and then they become ICE.
Yeah, I love it. You guys believe your lies. That's beautiful. No, you believe it.
But
So, anyways, this has been fun.
we're here to answer any questions.
Cool.
Yes.
I'm here too.
Yeah, Ralph is gonna
Just a
get
nice little
some
stroll.
a showcase.
No,
Don't
thanks.
worry, I got plans for Ralph.
Yep.
Want to follow us all the way back to Portland? Where would you like to go? And
Where would you like to go?
We'll go in the direction that you want us to go.
Cool. I don't want you to go anywhere. I don't care. I'm just driving. You guys stop. Here we are.
Why are you nervous?
Nervous? My adrenaline is rushing.
We're like being kind to you.
Not being
here to
rude.
answer questions.
Cool.
You know, maybe you've dealt with people in the past.
I have no questions.
But I mean, you ask me a question, I'll answer it.
I have no questions.
So if you're asking me if we arrest U.S. citizens,
I didn't ask that.
if they assault us, then yes.
Oh, interesting.
Not for
Is that what you tell people? Is that what you tell people? Is that what you write in your report?
Okay, so these ICE agents are being very subtle in saying, we know everything that's going on here. We know who you are. We know you're live streaming. We know you want to post this on social media. So whatever you want to ask us, we're just going to answer it. And if you want to post it, you can post it. If you don't, you don't. But they also keep saying, just tell us where you want us to go. We'll drive to Portland if you want to follow us, indicating we know that you're an ICE tracker.
We arrest anybody of any color.
Really?
If they're in the country.
Yeah.
And I have to stop right here. We never ever used to see Homeland Security agents give a whole explanation as to what they're doing when they're being followed. Again, this is my personal opinion. I think some Homeland Security officers don't want the narrative to be controlled, and they're trying to add in what they're actually doing out here and not having people say they're just trying to terrorize these entire areas. Again, we have never seen this before, and I cover this every single day. We're starting to see more and more agents address what the issues are and start to talk about the legality of the job of ICE.
Arresting East Europeans?
I can't hear you.
You're arresting
Absolutely.
Europeans? Oh.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right,
You
cool.
don't know that?
Anyways, thanks for the education. Look at Fox News. Oh my God, are you good? Please get out of my face. Please get out of my face.
Okay, I'm not in your face.
Yeah,
You're
Fox
following us.
Fox News is not. It's literally got sued because they're not a news source. They're
I'm here
entertainment.
to tell you.
Oh.
That what
Thank
they
God
reported on
Thank God you're here to tell me.
is absolutely true.
Uh-huh.
We deported people to Europe.
Oh wow,
Very
cool.
recently.
So cool.
So go look at it.
Cool. On
You
Fox
like the
News.
question I answered?
On Fox
You didn't
News.
like my answer, right, Haley?
On Fox News. Are you trying to intimidate me?
No.
Yeah.
Why would I try
I don't
to
give a
intimidate you?
shit that you know my name.
Why would I try to?
Because I'm still gonna be here every fucking day. At that
I told you guys, this is every single day. So look, I'm not just saying stuff here and creating a narrative. It's every day we see clips like this. Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about that interaction. And make sure to please subscribe to my channel because we cover stories like that and like this one we're about to cover every single day. So this is Nick Sorter talking about suing the Portland Police Department.
Portland as well. Out there, when I was arrested, because I was a conservative, out there trying to cover the ICE riots that the legacy media didn't want to. I mean, these liberal, these big leftist police departments routinely side with the woke, radical, violent left. And, you know, we were able to find out over those past weeks, since I was arrested in Portland, just today, actually, we served them with a $10 million federal civil rights lawsuit because this is a pattern and practice of these far left cities ordering their police department to go after people like me and in Portland's case, leave the leftist protesters alone. Give them more runway and latitude.
Okay, so first things first, Nick Sorter is absolutely correct about the lack of mainstream media when it comes to reporting this Portland ICE story. In fact, we actually know this to be true because if there's one person we know who watches like every single news station, it's President Donald Trump. And it wasn't until like the end of of August, he's like, I
don't
had
know
no
why.
idea this was even happening.
That's goofy.
That's
I
when
don't
we
know.
started to see more and more reporting on the Portland story. Now, as far as the bias accusations, I can see where Nick Sorter is coming from, considering he showed up to Portland and he heard that the Portland police are not really around whenever these clashes happen, and then all of a sudden, Nick Sorter gets arrested for trying to just report on the story, and then it turns out the Portland police didn't even know why they arrested him, and then they let him go. So Nick Sorter is well within his right to sue the city of Portland, the Portland Police Department, for these types of actions. But I also want to throw in there a little more context. The Portland police, we now know this, according to their own policies in Portland, the Portland police cannot show up in the area of the Portland ICE building if tear gas is being used or if there's a clash in the middle of the road. The Portland police cannot get involved, which is why there was a lack of police presence in the area. So then all of a sudden, when Nick Sorter shows up, for him to get arrested and the Portland police are in the area, obviously Nick Sorter is going to take a look at this and then file a lawsuit.
It was literally, we found a case, Laura, where they decided that they weren't going to answer calls for help from these Trump supporters that were in downtown Portland, and that guy ended up being assassinated by an Antifa thug. All because the Portland police wouldn't respond to them.
Well, I think you're lucky. First of all, you're lucky you're not in Europe, because the EU would have already. You would have been in jail and never come out. As far as I can tell, we're going to get to that story tomorrow. But Nick, what I see here, when I see routinely, is that as we move toward the midterms, there's going to be an attempt to revise history. And this is going to be written off as, oh, you guys are provoking them. It was just the Biden people that got this wrong. Now we need to move on to amnesty. That's what I laid out in the angle.
Yeah, there are reports that people like Nick Sorter, Katie Davis Court, Honey Badger Mom, they are the provocateurs, not the other way around. In fact, the position from Oregon as far as the trial to figure out whether or not the National Guard can be deployed to Oregon is that, look, the provocateurs are the federal agents, not the protesters.
I think you're beginning to see that with that New York Times piece over the weekend. Those Biden's team, they tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen. And so now it's, then it's the journalist's fault. So this is the narrative they think is going to work. I don't think it's going to work.
No, the American people, they don't buy it. All they have to do is watch the video. I put the raw clips out there, right? And there is another video. You can see this mob that knew I had no backup. They still come in and they swarm me.
Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about this. I'm not done with this story because I do want to have an expert on my channel actually talk about what's going on here. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. You're going to have to subscribe and pay attention to the videos because I will be having somebody on and we will be talking about this some more. So let's continue. Okay, here is Senator Ron Wyden, a senator from Oregon, talking about the possibility of a new ICE detention facility in Oregon.
ICE facilities. Everyone says, well, we're focused on Newport. Now, all of a sudden, we're hearing a contractor is actually looking into perhaps having people apply for jobs for a potential ICE facility out by the Portland International Airport. What can you tell us? What do you know about this?
What I can tell you is we've been digging into this, and we've got good investigators. I'm on the Intelligence Committee, and you can't get any hard data yet about this. I mean, they talk about jobs that might be, quote, notional. But what I'll tell you, my bottom line is, as Oregon's senior senator, there is not going to be any airport Alcatraz.
So for those of you that are not aware, just to give you some context, there is a lot of scare right now in Oregon. There are private investigators who are finding out, hey, there might be a new detention facility in Newport, which is on the western coast of Oregon. There might be a detention facility at the airport in Portland. And the senator is saying, no, that's not going to happen. We're not going to have our own Alcatraz, referring to Alligator Alcatraz.
We are not going to have a detention facility there.
But you can say that, but do you really have any control over that?
Sure. Look at what we did in Newport. I went down there for a town hall meeting. 500 people turned out. The fishermen's wives really lobbied hard for it. And a few days later, Senator Merkley and I were told that we were going to have the helicopter back, A, and B, they weren't going to take it away. So grassroots work pays off.
It came back, but there's no guarantee it will stay, it seems, right?
It's a valid point, but I can tell you I'm going
I'm actually surprised there's pushback in this interview. And this is starting to become more common in Oregon, where everyday protesters, advocates, they're not really happy with what's happening in the sanctuary state of Oregon. Because, hey, we were told this is a sanctuary state and we elected you, but how much power do you really have here? Like, we know every once in a while you get a win, but it seems like you're only getting these wins because the Trump administration is letting you win.
Going to watchdog this every single day. Every single day we're going to watch to make sure that helicopter is there. I've also asked for some data on how many helicopters are available in Oregon, so we're going to be following up.
If people feel strongly about this, they voiced it when you had a town hall out there in Newport. There's concern now that could be coming to Portland. In other words, the facility that is down at South Waterfront, that's not a detention facility. Instead, people are taken up to Tacoma. But this is talking about some
the airport
right here at the Portland
and
airport.
I'm drawing a line in the sand that is not going to happen on my watch. We're not going to have an airport Alcatraz.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Leave your comments down below on that one, because I am very curious how the Trump administration will respond to a senator trying to push back against the Trump administration. I mean, the entire state is quite literally pushing back, from the governor, and we even have some cities declaring states of emergency, and I still don't even know what that means, but it's happening. I don't know what it means legally at all. I'm just being honest with you, but we have reported on my channel, we are seeing a state of emergency in certain cities within Oregon.
Kids haven't been letting me go anywhere. My son drives me everywhere. They have me on 360 app, and as soon as I leave the house, they're like, "Where are you? I'll go pick you up." Being undocumented, I have to find like different resources and different jobs, you know, the usual cleaning houses, working underpaid jobs. And I was able to bring in something to my family, and as of this year, I've been too scared, or my family has even been too scared to let me out of the house, that we've gone days without food. We do have an emergency plan now where we have a binder who they need to reach in case I get detained, who in Mexico needs to contact me so they can find me.
Okay, so it's very rare we actually get to hear and see the perspective of somebody who apparently is admitting they are not supposed to be in the country. And according to KVal13, this is in Springfield, Oregon. So leave your comments down below how you feel about this. But one thing you need to understand, ICE has really started to increase their presence throughout Oregon. We're not really only talking about the Portland ICE building and the clashing. I have always said from day one, that is the small part of this entire operation. Oregon is a very difficult state to operate in due to the terrain, due to the weather, and now due to all of this pushback. But this is evidence right here that people who are not supposed to be in the country, they're also starting to feel the pressure from Homeland Security. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much again for being here, and make sure to please pray for peace. We do need that right now, especially in the state of Oregon. Thank you guys again so much. Make sure to please subscribe, like, leave your comments. Thank you for everything. God bless, and we'll see you all later.
Now, not only do we have a problem with our southern border, we have a problem that's already here in the country, and it's called Sharia law. It's called the Islamification of American cities one at a time. Minnesota and a few other places, Dearborn, Michigan, they actually have the call to prayer at 5:30 in the damn morning. And I can't believe an American hasn't gone over there and broken the freaking speaker yet. So we got a few things to watch, and then I'm going to transition. I'm going to transition over to England and Europe to show you what it could be like if we don't get this under control right now. That's funny.
The legal status of 350,000 Haitian migrants will expire in February. The Trump administration giving a February 3rd deadline.
Oh, is this the Haitian one? Oh, okay. Wait. It's not the one for the Sharia yet. This is the Haitian problem we also have. We have a lot of different groups that have just migrated here in bulk. Like you go to Costco and you buy like a big bucket of peanut butter. Like we got a big bucket of Somalis. We got a big bucket of Haitians. We got a big bucket. So this is just one of the many groups. This 350,000 Haitians are going to have their sanctuary protections ending.
The U.S. or be forcibly removed.
So President Trump has ordered the largest immigration crackdown in U.S. history, outright banning new visitors from 19 different countries, while ordering every green card holder and visa recipient from some nations re-vetted. And at the same time, people in the U.S. legally, because of their temporary protected status, are seeing that too disappear. Which means the number of illegal immigrants inside America could soon go way up unless people self-deport.
By the way, this is Cash Jordan. If you don't know, you should go give him a shout out and a like and sub and all that stuff, right? Hey, like the stream. Thanks for being here with me for my show. Subscribe to my channel if you're not. Also, you can follow me on Rumble. I don't know if we'll make it to just Rumble tonight. If there's no activity out Portland in a couple hours, we'll just call it a show, call it a night, and we'll see you tomorrow. You know, I got a couple more videos I want to watch. We don't have to go to 1 a.m. all the time, you know. We don't have to do a space every night. We don't have to do that. I can have a regular show. My show's already been 2 hours and 41 minutes. How many other shows are that long, right? So we'll have a normal 3-4 hour show. And if there's nothing going on in Portland, we'll call it a night and you'll have a good night. Maybe I'll work on a video. Maybe I'll go watch it. You know what? I'm going to go watch a movie with my daughter. That's what I'll do. We'll just have a good, nice, chill night. And then we'll pick back up tomorrow. Every day, some crazy shit happens. So we'll have plenty of stuff to cover. You know what I mean? I like Cash Jordan a lot, guys. He makes great videos. If you're not subscribed to him, right after you subscribe to me, subscribe to him. And Teaspoon, too. The person I noticed that was streaming out in Portland right now is MGD Gaming. He is live right now. I was chatting with him in his stream earlier today. I don't know if he's still like, he streams a lot, doesn't he? He's live out there. I saw that Mace Face chick. It's 2 or 3 people. I'm not going to listen to her bullshit for 5 hours. No way. You know, Tommy's on vacation. It's okay. It happens. What am I going to stream the whole damn like empty street for 6 hours? Nah, come on. This is way more entertaining for you, I think. You know, you worked hard all day. You need something to watch for several hours where you can just veg out on it. And that's what this is.
Quake of 2010 have become homeowners, business owners, have assets.
Alex, it's been a long time since I've heard that. Is the Bermuda Triangle, like vanishing people, still a thing, or did they fix that? Oh, thank you, Rob Q. I appreciate that. I like Portland Andy. Shout out to him. Yep, he's cool. He's been cool with me every time I interacted with him.
Without vetting, we got all the guys.
Old wrestling matches. I don't think people want to watch full wrestling matches. I might try to upload some to Rumble though.
So the Trump administration says Haiti no longer meets the requirements for temporary protected status, and a lot of people are soon gonna have to leave. But nobody upset about this wants to acknowledge that the T in TPS stands for temporary. This is not a permanent program, and it was never designed to be. But that's not what activists want. They want this to be permanent, which would essentially mean reopening the US border through a back door. But here's where things get interesting. Protected status for Haitian nationals was supposed to expire back in 2021, a decade after an earthquake devastated their country. But President Biden extended it for his predecessor to deal with. And because his predecessor isn't an open borders socialist, who likely would have extended it yet again, the program is gonna expire as it was designed to do. But the thing is, since it's Trump who's now in charge, well, he must just be a big jerk. At least that's the story the other team is spinning. Never mind that TPS designations aren't a means to legal immigration at all. Rather, they're a form of humanitarian aid for disaster-hit areas of the globe. For example, Venezuela and Ukraine also have TPS
showing any sort of mainstream wrestler is copyrighted as hell, and they will shut my stream off during the stream. You can't do that. It's copyrighted by WWE. That's not how that works.
Yes, designations. But as with
I'll
all
lose my
forms of
channel if I did
immigration,
that.
The open borders crowd wants everyone who finds themselves within our borders to stay
No,
here
I don't
forever.
know.
Which brings us to the real reason there's such
I don't
a
think-
massive
I don't know,
fight going
Alex.
on over this.
I could show
open
my
borders crowd is
wrestling,
gonna
but
use the
nobody
expiration
else's.
of temporary protected status for Haitian nationals, along with about 19 or 20 other countries, all set to
I do.
expire over the next
I
few
do.
months, as a weapon to try and turn the American people against a president who was elected to close the border.
Trina,
Something
thanks.
that has not been done in a very long
I
time.
pay attention to
And the
Rumble. I'm
argument
looking-
is that
I
by
see.
ending temporary protections for countries which experienced disasters decades ago is wrong and cruel and unfair, and that nobody should support a president of a country that took care of folks in a way no other country does. Yeah, that's how this is gonna work.
Here are the top 10 countries whose illegal or inadmissible aliens enter the United States under the Biden.
Oh, am I featured on YouTube again? That's cool.
Of their home country.
Hi, everybody. Like the stream.
Number 10, Colombia. Number 7, Venezuela.
Subscribe to my
Number 4,
channel.
Haiti, 4%. Number 3, Honduras, 5.9%. Most of these migrants cross the border illegally.
Was the
claimed asylum,
worst wrestling
and were
move?
released into the United States with a court date many years later. The rest were
You ever
inadmissible
took-
aliens flown directly into the interior of the United States or ushered in with the CBP-1 app as part of an unprecedented mass parole program.
Pile driver on steel chair. I cracked a tooth. That's why it sucked. Also, I broke my nose twice in the same match. Oh, I jumped off the top rope for like a crossbody, and the guy jumped up and speared me in midair. That sucked. Yeah, that sucked. Oh, and then I was in like a hardcore like 6-person match outside, and I was inside of a metal trash can, and 3 people beat the shit out of the trash can with kendo sticks. So that sucked too. Yeah, those were probably the three worst ones.
Program for Cubans,
That was pretty
Haitians,
bad.
Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans, also known as the CHNV program.
Right, so these programs, although they may have
pretty bad.
helped a large number of people, they were incredibly unsustainable, and very little vetting was done, if any vetting was done at all. And many national security experts are saying that this has created a potential big problem for America that could unfold in the near future if something isn't done today. And
Hi,
the
Lorraine.
excuse for how loosely these programs were allegedly run is that disasters don't leave time for proper security measures. And in
Sure.
order to help as many people as possible, we have to somewhat throw caution to the wind and just take people's word for it, even though there have been many instances over the last 4 years of certain individuals concealing their rightful identity to benefit from a protected status that never should have applied to them in the first place.
The Department of Homeland Security put out a federal notice that says Haiti no longer meets the statutory requirements for temporary protected status, and Haitian nationals who have been in the U.S. need to leave. Federal leaders also say, quote, allowing Haitian nationals to remain temporarily in the United States is inconsistent with U.S. national interest.
Okay, it's important to understand the U.S. government. Their stance is that Haiti is no longer the disaster-struck region it was, and that is why it no longer meets the definition.
I'll be
of
right back a
country
second.
where
I gotta do
nationals
something
should
real
get
quick.
protected status in America. And it's also important to remember that the expiration date for temporary protected status has not only been pushed back several times, but isn't arbitrarily happening in early February. This is something people have known about for a very long time. It's just that it's happening now and it's not being extended, which is why there's a new fight brewing over it. And look at this. Temporary protected status is due to conditions in a country that temporarily prevent its nationals from returning safely. Says right here, armed conflict, environmental disaster like an earthquake, or some other extraordinary and temporary condition. So if a country has a permanent problem, temporary protected status is off the table.
And so many people, so many folks with TPS who've been in the United States since the Haiti earthquake of 2010 have become homeowners, business owners, have assets. And so we've been telling them too that they needed to make sure to take care of those.
Right. So, okay, that was over 15 years ago, this earthquake. And again, temporary protected status for Haitian nationals, it has been extended numerous times. And that's because the people who extended it didn't want to deal with the potential backlash for letting it expire. So we ended up having a 15-year immigration program that was temporary. And what are people supposed to do? You can't blame people who are from Haiti for doing their best to succeed in America during this program, but you can blame the politicians for constantly extending it. That's what allowed people to come here and have their lives disrupted. And now the American people are once again having their empathy weaponized against them in an attempt to reopen the border through some sort of backdoor migration program, which totally disregards the most effective way to help people in need. It would be far less disruptive to people's lives if the United States enforced its own laws and if we had leaders who had the courage to do the right thing while at the exact same time helping individuals rebuild their home countries. Something that has happened in Haiti to the tune of $13 billion, which for some reason nobody seems to be able to keep track of. And it's not just Haiti that is going to soon have its temporary protected status expire. This affects a whole host of different countries.
Plans are in the works to end deportation protection for 2 major immigrant groups in Minnesota. Hundreds may soon have to return to Somalia and Myanmar.
I think everybody's still in shock.
Christopher Tunbao is the owner and chef at Mandalay Kitchen in St. Paul. As a small boy, Christopher was forced to flee his homeland. He lived in a Thai refugee camp before coming to St. Paul 25 years ago. Christopher is one of roughly 20,000 Karen people living in Minnesota. On Monday, the Department of Homeland Security announced people with temporary protected status from Christopher's homeland would have to return.
So right here, this is why temporary protected status is such a hot button issue. You have a country that has been involved in a terrible conflict. That conflict springs up out of nowhere. And what happens? A generous nation like the United States steps in and says, you know what? We're going to get people out of that country and give them a place to stay where they will be protected and fed and taken care of and where they can have jobs and provide for themselves. And then when things cool off, when this temporary condition subsides, then those folks will be given the chance. We will help them go back to their home country. But you know what? If we're going to have programs like this, we've got to do the right thing, not just when the program starts, but also when it temporarily ends. If we're not going to do that, we've got a system here that operates at the expense of Americans and legal residents who've immigrated to this country the right way. And what this means is that there's always going to be an excuse to never end temporary protected status. The empathy of Americans will always be used against them whenever one of these programs has to expire. And then at the other end of this whole spectrum, we've got the issue of vetting. Vetting was not done to the degree national security experts now are saying it should have been to keep the country safe.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I mean, Trump did this in his first administration. He met with a lot of criticism. That doesn't stop him. I think it's needed. I mean, during the Biden administration, 18 million people came to this country, most of them illegally, without vetting. We got all the gotaways. So it's impossible that terrorists and terrorist organizations have not infiltrated into the United States. So, yeah, I think it's a good time to pause and get caught up.
So it's important to understand that, let's take Venezuela, for example, here. Venezuela has a couple of temporary protected status programs, and people who entered the country illegally and were from Venezuela, well, they could still take advantage of those programs, and they were protected from being deported, even if they came into the country the wrong way, and even if they were somebody that may have hid their identity. And that's what they're talking about right here. They're talking about the idea that so little vetting was done that we actually don't necessarily know about all of the people that are within the United States right now. And that could be a big problem because, sadly, not everybody out there has the best intentions of our country at heart. There are people, there are gang members, there are criminals who traveled here for the express purpose to commit crime in America and make it better for themselves and their criminal empire. At the same time, there are many people who may have fraudulently claimed that they were from a country where temporary protected status existed so that they could stay in America longer when they had no right to even claim that status.
Apprehended by Border Patrol agents. Now, the idea here is that they're going to come in without any form of identification, and they will be processed with whatever information is provided by the migrant.
This was our border.
The problem, though, is that we are basically taking people's word for it, that they say who they are, they're from whatever country they're from. When they say they don't have any criminal history, they've never been arrested for something, like, we're just be like, hopefully they're telling the truth. But we have no real way of knowing that.
So the U.S. border was run on the honor system for 4 years. If someone came in and they said, I'm from Venezuela or I'm from Haiti, and there's a temporary protected status designation, that person, the information they provide is accepted. They are photographed. A profile is created for them that says that they are from the country they've claimed they're from and that their name is what they say it is. Even though in this report right here, they've got pictures of people's documents being dumped on the Mexican side of the U.S. border before they come in. So they come in and, oh, I don't have any documentation. Were some of those people telling the truth? Did some of those people lose their documents? I'm sure they did, but not everybody did. And there are some people who may have claimed to be someone that they're not. And this is why critics of programs like temporary protected status say these should have been allowed to expire and that it's definitely time for them to expire now that that date has been pushed back. Because something's got to be done. America has a very insecure border. Gangs like Tren de Aragua from Venezuela have made their way into sanctuary cities and gone about committing crime. We saw this just a few weeks ago in Chicago. And this is where the argument that continually extending these humanitarian designations goes against our national interests comes up. That is exactly what Homeland Security means when they say, hey, this might not be a good idea for America to continue these things forever.
Okay, so the other issue here, Nicole, is that most countries don't actually share any criminal information with the United States. One source telling me that unless the host nation puts out an international BOLO, an alert for a criminal, we don't actually have access to other countries' databases unless they alert us. So it is impossible to say how many migrants are crossing each day with a violent criminal past, and Border Patrol agents, they also have no way of knowing. The only thing they are really going to know, Nicole, is if they've come into the United States and they've committed any kind of criminal infraction here, or if they've committed an immigration violation. So those things would be in the system. They come over, they get that initial facial screening recognition in the field, and that will show immigration infractions if they've already come in and been deported already.
But that's only what we know about.
That's the only way that they're going to know who these individuals are, and it's something that Border Patrol agents are describing.
Welcome back, Sheepdog Neon. What's up?
So the thing is, if somebody shows up at the border and they say they don't have any documents and they say they don't have a criminal past, there was no way to know if that person was being honest or not. Now, I hope that most people were being honest, and I would assume that the majority of people did, but that doesn't mean this system was okay. That doesn't mean criminals didn't take advantage of this. We know criminals from various parts of the world took advantage of American generosity related to these temporary resettlement programs in some way and have used it not to make our country better at all. And when you give criminals an incentive not to tell the truth, you shouldn't be surprised when some of them take you up on it and take advantage of that incentive. On top of that, you had smugglers and gangs who were making billions of dollars a year off the U.S. open border, coaching people, telling them to say, hey, claim you're from a country with a temporary protected status. That will help you stay in America longer. And that has a lot to do with why there are so many documents that just seemed to make it all the way up to the Mexican border, but then never made it across. And with these smugglers basically bankrupting and indenturing their quote-unquote customers, there existed a massive financial incentive for people to say whatever it took to get into the country. But there's another issue behind all of this as well. And that issue is that there is really no infrastructure inside America itself to secure the border. We have a border for the express purpose of vetting who comes in and who comes out. But once somebody is on the inside, you've got sanctuary cities, you've got infrastructure all over the place set up by criminal organizations, you've got illicit labor coordination between criminal gangs and U.S. businesses to hide people in labor situations that are totally against the law. And there are some people who are now saying that people should be able to stay here forever just because they've been here for more than, let's say, a year or a few months. What do you think about all of that? Should temporary protected status be temporary? Or should it be permanent? See you in the next video.
Now, along the same lines as that, so if we don't get this taken care of, honestly, we are going to have a huge problem in our country. And I wanted to show you the Nate Friedman show. If you haven't seen it before, this is what's going to happen if we don't try to solve this immigration problem. We're going to have multiple third world societies. See, here's the problem, okay? And I have to give my own commentary a little bit. And this is going to be the last video we'll watch today, because I don't think anything's popping off. BDF Blaze is not live. MGD, oh wait, he is live. Okay, hold on. Okay, well, maybe we will get into some of this over on Rumble, and we'll share it, and we'll do like a little late. I'm probably gonna maybe turn my camera off at some point. And wait, subscribers only. I didn't mean to do that. Wait, what was that? Oh, no, this is his. Okay, so what we're going to do is we might be able to do this. We might be able to go over and watch some of this and turn it on, but we're going to have to go over to Rumble. So, okay. So I want to show you this Nate Friedman. It's 27 minutes. So I'm going to play it uninterrupted. And then we're going to go on over to BDF Blaze, who's got Sacramento and Los Angeles up, and we can check the protest out there. They got a guy kind of screaming and hollering, but if we're on Rumble, I don't have to mute nothing. We can let whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? So we might do a little late night, but over on Rumble, I might, kick my cam off for a bit and just chill out, maybe turn on some music and stuff since we'll be on Rumble. But I do want to watch this Nate Friedman, and the name of the video is "I Expose the Islamic Takeover of the United Kingdom." We have to watch this because we have to be aware of what signs to look for here where it's becoming this. Shout out to Nate Friedman. He's makes a lot of good IRL content. Okay, guys?
This is how many mosques are around me. This is what the sign looks like when you get off the train here. These are the advertisements you see. This is what it looks like when kids get out of school. This is what the political candidates look like. This is what it's like walking through the grocery store here. The UK has become unrecognizable, and that is why I traveled thousands of miles to come here, to find out why and how this happened. Did the UK truly fall, and do they want to do this to our country next? Through my street interviews in this episode, you will learn exactly why this happened. People warned me that I could get arrested or worse making these videos, but the truth needs to come out. Welcome back to the Nate Friedman Show.
You're Muslim, right?
I'm Muslim, yeah.
Cool. Can you tell me about the Muslim community in Whitechapel?
The Muslim community is very tight-knitted.
It's tight-knitted?
It's tight-knitted.
Okay.
It's, they're very good people.
Very good people?
Very good people.
Yeah. And when you say it's tight-knitted, does it mean like is it easy to join? Like, what do you mean?
I mean, it's people that, inshallah, we hope good for them. We hope good for them. And I think that it's good to, you can blend in with them.
Yeah.
You can blend in with them.
And where are you from?
I'm from what's it called again? I'm from a different country.
Oh, where are you from?
A different country.
A different country?
Yeah.
Do you not want to say which one?
No, it's a different country. It doesn't really matter anyways.
When you say it's tight-knitted community, have they come from outside of England or is it in England? Because I hear a lot of stories. I don't know what's real.
I mean, you can see for yourself the people with different colors.
Yeah.
So you can see for yourself.
Right.
Anyways. There's many people. It's not only just it's different people with different colors.
Is it?
So there's many. This country is this part of this place is different people is over here. Different origin.
Islam is not compatible with the West. Have you heard that before?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I mean, people have different cultures. People have different religions.
Yeah.
So we have to respect everyone's religion.
Right.
We respect the West and their culture.
Yeah.
And Islam has their own culture and their way of life.
Yeah. Well, they say that there are like 40 Muslim countries, majority countries.
Yeah.
Why are Muslims coming to the UK? I keep hearing that. What's the response to that?
Why are people coming to the UK? I mean, there's many Western people that come to the Muslim countries as well.
Yeah.
So that's okay. No problem with that. Yeah. No problem with that. That's okay. People can come here to get a job, get a life. It's a freedom country. The government lets the Muslims come in this country, so it's not for us to say who's gonna come here or not.
Yeah.
The government is allowing the people to come in this country, so it's not for us to say who's gonna come here or not.
So what is the appeal for the West? Like, why do Muslim people want to come to the West? What is it about the West that is great?
There's many Western people that go to a Muslim country. What's so good about the Muslim countries?
Can you tell me about the Western people that are going to Muslim countries? Like, which Muslim countries are Western people going to?
I mean, it's not for me to say. Like, it's facts.
Yeah. No, I just haven't seen that, so I'm asking you, like, which majority Muslim countries are Western people going to?
Are you against the Muslims coming to the Western countries?
No, I'm not against it. I'm reporting on both sides, because, like, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to speak...
What's the big deal about this? Why are you making a topic? It's normal for everyone to come to a different country.
I'm making it a topic because my responsibility as a reporter is when I see so many people having a concern, I actually go to and speak to people
Muslim
about
people
it.
are very peaceful people.
Yeah.
Very peaceful people. They're very good people. We just stick to our religion. That's it.
Yeah.
We don't interfere in other people's religion, and we don't say to them, why you a Christian, why you a Jewish, why you a Buddhist, why you this, why you that.
Right.
We are very peaceful people.
Yeah.
We're very peaceful people.
Absolutely.
I came to London to better understand what's really happened here, and he just said we respect the West and their culture, and Islam has their own culture and way of life. It doesn't sound like compatibility is at the top of his priorities. Next up, I speak to a man outside a mosque. He gives me his reason for why he and so many Muslims have come to the UK. Then I actually ended up going inside this mosque and learned some things about it that I still can't believe. I'll show you after the interview.
Do you like this area, Whitechapel?
Yeah, because all our Muslim people live here.
Yeah.
And there is a mosque. We pray 5 times here.
Do you pray 5 times at this mosque or different ones?
Different mosques.
Yeah.
But when I come over here, there is a funeral every day.
There's a funeral every day?
Every day, yeah.
Why would you say that there are a lot of Muslim people in Whitechapel as opposed to other areas? Basically, why Whitechapel?
Yeah, it is what you call American way, ghetto. Because there's a facility for praying together.
There's a lot of mosques here.
Yeah, a lot of mosques. Plus, all the food. Like
halal?
Halal, yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of halal, there's a lot of mosques.
And that's why children are teaching Islamic, religion.
Can the children learn Islamic things in Whitechapel?
Yeah.
Are the schools teaching
No, every mosque, they have facility.
Oh, at the mosque they teach these. Oh, okay. Islam is not compatible with the West. They worry about Islam. What is your response to that?
Because the right wing, they're worried about any religions. Because right wing means they are very selfish. Mm-hmm. They want to live their white people together.
They say, why don't Muslim people stay in their Muslim countries? Why do they come to the West? What is your response to that?
Muslim country, no democracy. Because democracy is the main things.
Yeah.
Any human being, not a Muslim or any.
So you come for democracy?
Yeah. Democracy mean their law and administration is good.
So the Muslim countries are not democracies, but I'm seeing that now there are a lot of Muslims being elected into parliament in UK. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, it's a good idea to elect it. Because the democracy everywhere. Look at America or Europe. Where is the democracy? They are.
America, we have democracy.
Yeah.
What do you think of Trump?
Trump is he's an honest man, I think. Whatever he said, so he didn't hide anything. He's an honest right winger.
He's an honest right winger.
Yeah.
So just my last question, just to really understand, like there's over 40 Muslim majority countries, and like you say, they're not democracies. Why will it be different if London and the UK elects Muslim people into their government? Why will it stay a democracy?
I think only if you are educated, you know what is democracy is. A Western way educated.
This guy just told me that he came here because Muslim-majority countries are not democracies, and that he prefers the Western way of life. The Western way of life doesn't blast a call to prayer 5 times a day. Now let's go into the mosque, see what it's like inside, and get some of our questions answered about this place.
You have to remove your shoes here. Just remove your shoes.
If you look at this building, it's huge. It covers the whole street. This giant Islamic center is connected to the mosque.
Hey, how's it going? Looking to interview people in Whitechapel. Can I ask you a question? And how many people attend this mosque, would you say?
In the Jummah to Friday, around 10,000.
10,000?
Yeah.
On one day?
This is the busiest mosque in the Europe.
In all of Europe?
All of Europe.
Wow, I didn't know that.
One of the busiest and one of the biggest.
Okay.
Few millions people come every year in this.
Few million per year?
Few million people.
That's awesome. Worship. That's great. All right, well, I appreciate it, because my point was that... I'm just doing interviews outside.
No, I'm not going to interview here.
Yeah, we're not doing it inside. We're doing it outside.
Bro, everything's on record. This is a school.
Right, I know. I'm staying outside.
But you're doing it in front of the entrance.
I didn't mean to. Okay, I didn't know it was a school.
On the other side, no
Okay,
problem.
you got it. I appreciate it.
Now, the East London Mosque, the one we just went into, received an official warning from the Charity Commission after losing £1 million in an investment. The mosque put their funds into an NHS-approved supplier and lost all the money. Now, the takeaway from this story is that this mosque can lose $1 million and be completely fine. This mosque also hosted a charity fun run that was open to men, boys of all ages, but girls only under the age of 12. Adult women and older girls were explicitly excluded. Why did the UK let this in, and who's really funding it? I sat down for an exclusive interview with Tommy Robinson, who led a pro-West march in London of over 3 million people, and in it he explains who's behind this. There's about 14 mosques in Whitechapel that I counted, about equal number of churches. Who's funding these big mosques?
Qatar and Saudi Arabia.
And
then whoever funds it dictates which form of Islam's being promoted in it. Qatar own Barclays, own Harrods, own the ports in this country. They pump £750 million into radicalisation in Europe. Qatar are a big problem. Qatar need ending, as in their influence needs ending. The influence they have over our politicians in our capital city and the money and infrastructure and the economy needs ending. The Muslim Brotherhood needs ending. Trump's just made a great move. We need to make it here. We've been crying out for this for decades. They have such influence. You're right about the influence.
The full interview will be posted after this episode, so be sure to like and subscribe to see that. Next up, I speak to a man working inside a store about his take on why Muslims are coming into the UK in droves. But before we speak to him and hear from voters explain why they chose to destroy London, I want to give you a quick warning. If you're a homeowner in America, you need to listen to this. The FBI has been warning about a type of real estate fraud on the rise called title theft, and your equity is the target. Here's how it promo code Nate or
World. What about the UK makes it interesting and good for Muslims?
UK, so the main thing, UK have a lot Muslim community here.
Yeah.
So UK, I might be UK have more than any other country. We have a lot mosque in UK, and a lot Muslim community apart from West here living in UK as well.
In the West, yeah.
So,
that's
even UK support Muslim as well. Sometimes the riots and all that things happen, but
he's talking about how sometimes there's some friction with the Islamic community and what's remaining of the UK. If you go around Whitechapel, you will see flyers like this.
How to respond to the threat of the far right and protect our community.
On the flyer, the speaker has Islam in his name. It's hosted by a local Muslim activist organization called Palm Tree Events, and on the bottom left it writes, "The Muslim is like a palm tree," which is from their hadith. Something I also noticed when I was in London is that any protests against the right, they were always referred to as the far right. I never saw something as simple as the right. It was always far right.
Build a socialist opposition to Starmer. So this is the guy who brought everybody in, and yet they want to stop the government cuts. the benefits are not enough. And this goes on for a while.
The irony is you see flyers that also say no to racism, while Whitechapel looks like this, and it used to be a majority white city.
Do you like Whitechapel?
Yeah, I like Whitechapel.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why do you like it?
So because I'm Muslim,
Yeah.
so it's basically a lot of Muslim community here.
Yeah.
So we have mosque nearby, so it's a lot like Muslim area.
Yeah,
That's why
absolutely.
I like this place.
Yeah.
So even this mosque has loudspeakers on as well.
Mhm.
Nowhere else in the UK there's a loudspeakers on here.
Do you
Just
hear
only
a
this
call
one.
to prayer at
Yeah,
this
call to
mosque?
play. Yeah.
Okay,
4
awesome.
times Zohar, Asr,
Okay.
Maghrib, and Isha.
Okay, and
Yeah.
that's the mosque that you attend?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the mosque,
because
yeah.
your shop is right
Yeah,
by
just
close.
opposite side, yeah.
that's perfect. So, and what else about Whitechapel do you like? Is the food good? Everything like this?
I'm basically from Pakistan,
Okay.
but that area is more Bengali community here.
He says this area is more Bengali, and boy is he right. The sign at the train station is in Bengali. Whitechapel is a borough inside of what's called Tower Hamlets, and 60% of primary school students in Tower Hamlets speak another language other than English at home, most being Bengali. 1 in 3 adults here do not have English as their main language. If you walk up to just about anyone in Whitechapel and start speaking English, you'll get interactions like this.
No English? What do you speak?
Bengali. I'm not proper English, then I'm Bengali.
Oh, you speak Bengali?
Yes.
Okay, Bengali. You speak Bengali.
This is why when I asked a police officer in London about recruitment, he said this.
Is it an increase of foreigners joining the British police?
Trying to make it as diverse as possible because certain boroughs have different cultures. We want to encourage everyone to sort of join.
A priority for the police is to make it diverse?
In terms of dealing with the public, having cultures within the police also help.
So you would prefer to have a Muslim police officer?
How does he have a mustache like that? I mean, I'm a facial hair guy too, right? I got facial hair. Why have a mustache that hang below his mouth? That's gross. So what is he, combing out of the way when he eats or something? He don't have a wife. That's for damn sure. Well, how you have that for? Was he like wax it into a twisty deal at the end of the day or something? Like, ugh. Like imagine like you're talking the whole time you're talking and it's just going like this. Hey Tom, how you doing? I'm good, man. Well, you want to go have a burger? No, not with you, motherfucker. No. You need to cut that shit off. Ugh. Gross.
Officer there?
Not necessarily, but there will be times where we go to certain calls where English is not the first language.
Yes.
So having a diverse officer with us, a part of the team.
So there's many neighborhoods around London that English is not the first language? Yes. Okay.
I was talking to Tommy about the Bengali community here, and he brought up the size of the budget that these guys actually have, and take a listen to what they wanted to do with the money.
Tower Hamlets actually fraudulently elected their own Bangladeshi mayor, who then become in charge of £1 billion budget. Now, back in 2013, we had an organisation, we were fighting to try and highlight this problem. In the end, he was ousted. They got rid of him. The government were able to remove him. But when he became in charge of £1 billion budget, his first plan was to put £1 million sculptures of headscarves at the entrance to Tower Hamlets. He took all the money away from any moderate groups and siphoned it to extremist groups. What we're witnessing across the country is not just Pakistani politics, but Islamic politics, corrupt politics.
You came from Pakistan to the UK. Yeah. Your parents did or you did?
No, I did my
You did?
because I just finished my study last month.
Yeah.
So now I'm graduated. So I'm pursuing my job here.
Yeah.
I'm working here from 1.5 years.
Islam is not compatible with the West. Have you heard that stuff before? Is it just you've heard that?
No.
What is your response to that?
No, Islam is for anyone. If anyone wanna become a Muslim.
Not for me.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that. We are forcing people to come and convert their religious.
Yeah.
Islam is not like that.
Yeah.
Islam teaches if anyone willingly and want to learn Islam, it's up to him.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people from Europe.
Yeah.
So London is basically a tourist hub. So we have even customer from France, Italy, and they're asking about Islam. We recommend some books.
Here's one of the books that's in his shop right behind me. Why Does Allah Let Bad Things Happen? And it's for kids. That's the kind of book that sells in Whitechapel, London.
I see that the Muslim community in the UK is really growing.
I think Islam is the top religious, growing in UK as well.
In the UK, yeah.
Even the Muhammad, our prophet, last prophet name, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is the top name in UK. The born boys,
Muhammad is the top name in the UK.
Top name
right?
in UK, yeah.
And is part of that because Muslim people are encouraged to have a lot of children, right? And then,
more children. Even we are 5 brothers.
You have
4
5
of my brothers are in Pakistan. I'm only here.
He said it himself, and it's true. Mohammed is now the #1 name in England. If you walk around Whitechapel, everywhere you turn, you see at least one Muslim woman with a child. What's interesting is how they're getting the money to do this. So I did an interview with a woman that revealed to me that she and her children are living off purely government benefits while speaking almost no English.
My English is not
what do you speak?
Bengali.
Bengali? Okay. Does the government help you with food and housing?
Yes.
Yes, they do? Yes. How long have they been helping you for?
When I come.
Oh, so they help you for 6 years?
Yes.
Oh, they've been helping you for 6 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Now the UK just voted to scrap the 2-child benefit cap. Now who benefits from that the most? Muslim migrants. The 26% of Muslims living in England and Wales are living in subsidized housing. 32% of Muslims live in overcrowded homes compared to that of 6% from Christians in the UK. The birth rate in the UK is 1.4 children per woman. The Muslim UK birth rate has been cited as high as 3.4. You can conquer a country like this.
Would you like to see more Muslims serving in parliament?
Why not? Why
not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And would you like to see them build more mosques toward central London? Because there seems like it's growing, the Muslim population.
Yeah, if it's growing, so if we don't have any space here, so we have to
build more, right?
More, definitely. Because it's our praying area, praying place, so
It's easy to think that these places are just on the outskirts of London, but look at how close central London is from here. You can see it right there. It's a 15-minute train ride. Also, when I was in London, this is what the majority of towns looked like. You can travel anywhere around London and you will see hijabs everywhere. This is what a field trip looks like in central London. This is just what you see out of the bus window when you're driving around. This is what the bus stops look like. This is what people walking out of a hotel looks like. When you come here, you will find yourself wondering if you've landed in an Arab country.
Are you worried that Sharia law could be implemented or no?
It's already here.
We have Trump in the United States. What do you think about Trump?
I've been there as well. I've been there for maybe 6 days New York and maybe might be 7 days in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Where in Texas did you go to?
Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
And we also have the big mosque there.
You have a big mosque there, yeah. And New York we have Mamdani now.
Yeah, it's good as well.
Yeah. There's a lot of people on the right in the UK that say, go back to your country. What do you like?
Nowadays, it's common here.
Yeah.
Maybe last month, we have, rallies here for rights and all the things.
Yeah. A narrative that people say is a lot of the Muslim people in UK are on welfare, social benefits. Is it true or?
I think so. I think so. Government provides something because I think they put asylum and all the things. So maybe after, if they got any a paper to live here, then I think government will. Government is supporting them.
Gotcha.
The government is supporting the rise of Islam in the UK. The UK paid migrants £5 billion in just 1 year, which is over $6.5 billion to live in their country. Now, all while this invasion is happening and paid for, British citizens are left out on the streets. I saw more homeless people in London than anywhere I've ever been to. I saw more trash on the street than any city I've ever been to. People warned me not to have my phone out when I walked around London because over 100,000 phones are snatched annually. Signs are placed on the road to warn you about phone snatchers. That's what London residents now have to deal with. The Muslim community here, though, looks out for each other. They have things like Muslim Aid and the Islamic Relief Center, which has raised £200 million in a single year and operates in Gaza, Yemen, and Somalia. You walk into the Islamic Relief Center and they're playing Arabic music, selling Qurans, and you forget what country you're in. Then you walk down the block to the grocery store, and despite all these relief centers, you see this. and people are just walking by. London is unrecognizable, and now you'll see the British citizens who voted for this.
What are your thoughts on the immigration in London? Like, people call it mass immigration.
Well, we don't.
You don't? Okay.
We
so
don't.
please, correct that, please.
I don't know if I can. It's always happened. You know, we are a nation of immigrants, right from the Angles and Saxons.
Yeah.
And it's just, I would welcome it.
Yeah.
I would welcome it.
We're not surprised that it becomes ghettoised because when people come, they need to feel secure.
Yeah.
So they go where they know they're going to be people like them.
Yes.
So that's why it becomes ghettoised, and the powers that be need to recognise that's what happens when there's immigration.
They're idiots.
And
They're a bunch of morons.
We've got to realise that the reason we've got immigration is because we colonised the world, and we've got responsibility to the people whose countries we colonised. And if that responsibility means they've now got the right to come here, that's what happens.
People saying like Islam is not compatible with the West.
Too bad.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
You just have to live together.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You rub shoulders.
These people are going to destroy, they've already destroyed their country. These two people are why England and United States, that's why they're in this shape, because of these kinds of brain dead, moron, old white people.
Together, you get along.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't?
I mean, it's basically the right that are building up that hatred between people. It's happened in waves throughout all our lives. We've seen it happen before, and it's happening again, and it's just horrible. And we had a brief time when it was illegal for anybody to express a hate crime, and then Britain was such a much better place for it, and now it's all coming back that since Brexit, people are feeling they've got the right to, freedom of speech, which is rubbish because you haven't got the freedom of speech to express hatred. So, it's just one of those things that comes in waves, and we just hope that this awful wave passes.
People saying it's getting more dangerous. Is that true or no?
Well, I don't
that
know.
London is getting more dangerous.
You're safe walking up and down here.
Yeah.
In a Muslim area, you feel safe because you know they're not going to. Well, obviously there's some people that do.
Yeah.
But you feel safe because you know that their religion would be really against them mugging you or stealing from you.
Right.
So you feel safe. But obviously, there's a minority that. It's a terrorist minority.
Can I ask, where are you from in America?
Oh, I'm from New York.
Okay. And how do you see New York? Well, you got a new mayor.
We have a new mayor, yeah.
Did you vote for him?
Young people really like him. I did not vote for Mamdani because I worry about socialism. I mean, are you for it? Because I honestly, I'm open to having a conversation.
Lots of Americans are frightened of socialism. I think it's really.
But it's getting more popular. So
I think it's deep seated.
Yeah, maybe.
I just thought that Americans are brainwashed into thinking that socialism is bad.
I then asked them about the crime here in Whitechapel, referencing how in the States we hear that it's not safe here. This is what she had to say.
People say that in the States. They are saying.
Oh no, that's complete propaganda. Trumpian
They're saying
propaganda. It was all rubbish. We knew it was Trumpian propaganda. Because Sadiq Khan is the mayor of London, and he's a lefty.
Propaganda.
Trump hates him because he's a Muslim and he's lefty, and he wants to. He gave us all this rubbish that it was all kicking off in London, and everybody went. I mean, we don't live there anymore, but all the Londoners were going, what's going on? It was complete and absolute propaganda.
I had a similar conversation with a woman at a Palestine protest where I asked her if she would be okay with London being 90% Muslim. Take a listen.
So, would you be okay with London being 90% Muslim?
If it happened, yes.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever.
And
it might be better than having a load of fascists.
Yes. And what do you think about Sharia law?
Who?
What do you think about Sharia law?
It's not my business. I'm not a Muslim.
But it would become your business if London becomes 90% Muslim.
Well, I shall respect them.
You'll respect Sharia law?
I respect other people's beliefs.
But will you respect Sharia law? Will you live in a city governed by Sharia law?
Need it, wouldn't I? Of being a
Would you
Muslim.
want to live in a city where it's okay to beat up your wife?
I choose where I live, so I wouldn't live there.
Have you ever been to Whitechapel or Bethnal Green?
I have.
What do you think about Whitechapel?
I can't think now because I live away from London. I haven't lived in London for years.
I did a full investigation into the Sharia law that already exists here in London, whether or not these Muslim migrants are citizens, and what kind of future the UK has now. That episode is coming out after the full Tommy Robinson interview. Make no mistake, the West is under a brutal, now obvious attack, and I'll be traveling the world documenting everything. Thank you to each and every one of you who supports this channel.
Wow. Okay. So, Islam and Sharia law are not compatible with the Western civilization. Whether it's America, whether it's Mexico, Sharia law and Islam is not compatible with the Mexican way of life either, or the Canadian way of life, or the South American, Panama, Central America, Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Chile, Argentina. Incompatible. Their religion says that they get to lie to all infidels. That's me. Infidel. And I'm Jewish. They just kill me right away. No. These people are morons. Complete and total brain dead. Don't know what Sharia law is. That lady has no idea that under Sharia law, they would kill her. She would be... Oh, so stupid. So stupid. There's not very many protests going on, guys. The show is over. Everything's fine. I appreciate you hanging out with me. It's been 3 hours and 30 minutes. What other show is this long? Once Tommy gets back from his vacation, we'll hit it hard with the going over to Rumble, with the protesting and things like that, right? It's going to be really, really good. Until then, I'll be making shorts. I'll be working on my background here. But for right now, I'm going to go watch Hunger Games Part 2 with my daughter, because we watched Hunger Games Part 1 the other day, and it's time for Part 2. Part 3? Whatever part it is that comes after the Mockingjay one. The first one after the first one. You know what I mean? It's not the second one. It's like Star Wars. It's really weird. It's not the first one, but it's like the third one or something like that. I don't know. People are trying to message me. Like, okay, all right. Stop messaging me while I am literally trying to do my outro. What the fuck? Like, leave me alone. Fuck, stop messaging me. You know how annoying it is? And I mean this, nothing personal, but you know how annoying it is to have to like try to text somebody while I'm trying to do this? Like, leave me alone. I don't like the projector. It's like a blinding light in my face the whole time. And I'm gonna get Ralph like a light to shine on him. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna get a refrigerator for right there. It's gonna be a good thing, right? It's a work in progress. Check out my short. I made a short today. It's not a funny short. It's a very informative short. You're gonna like it. It's all about the fact that the Republican Party was literally created to end slavery. True story. These morons don't even realize that they're supporting the party of the Ku Klux Klan. Idiots. Anyways, thank you for being so smart. I'm really happy that I met all of you. How you doing, Polly? I'm very happy that we're all friends. I'm very happy that you're part of my Discord. Hey, if you gained a membership tonight, first of all, thanks Spin City News and the other few people, Greg and maybe Griffey, I think might have gifted some. Thank them. You're now able to get into the Discord. If you go to the community page of my channel, you'll see a post from me, from my name, and there's a discord.gg and then a bunch of stuff. I gated it behind a membership to keep out Antifa and other people, right? Welcome to the Discord. Be respectful. Where this is not coming in there and talking crap about each other. It's definitely not coming in here and demeaning any sort of group. We're all trying to be friends, having a good time. Discord, I don't want to use the word safe space because that's weak ass shit, right? But the Discord is supposed to be a place where we can all come together and get to know each other and have good, meaningful conversation. It's not, I repeat, it is not a prick waving dick fight. Keep that shit out of my Discord. And you know who I'm talking to. If I ever see any shit from anybody else like that, it's an instant ban. That's my little grip. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And we're gonna move on. That's one of my problems, guys. Is I maybe a little bit tiny, like too forgiving. I'm too forgiving, maybe. I don't really hold grudges. I'm very, because we've all had instances where we've had to apologize and take things that we said back and said the wrong thing. And, I've done it. You've done it. It happens. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to do this every night. Every night. I'm going to catch you up. You're going to work all day and I'm going to entertain you throughout your evening. Okay. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate all the likes, the subs, the memberships, the subs over on Rumble, all that stuff. Hi, Rumble. Good to see you. Eventually, we're going to get back to the whole hardcore protesting. Don't forget, it's December in Washington State and Oregon State and that Northeast. It's cold as crap. It's cold, right? So we got to think about that. Tommy is, I don't know what that means. Tommy is on vacation. When he gets back, we're going to hit it hard. You know what I mean? It's going to be good. It's going to be a fun time. And then when we do go over to Rumble, it'll be completely uninterrupted, right? We almost had 3,000 views. That's one hell of a show. Thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Talk to you later. Hey, be good to each other. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Peace.